Whew, we made it another week. Another week here in Otter Creek. Stressful week. But we want to try and keep it happy. So happy Sunday fun day, everyone. Welcome back to our weekly live stream where we get to hang out with you live. Read your comments in the live chat if you're tuning in real time at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jeremy's going to sing a song.
I am.
You've got the mic, the fuzzy mic out. You've got your guitar out.
I am.
Happy belated birthday, Michelle Howard.
I'm Jeremy. The hells I am. Jeremy, the hells I am. I got stalks from the psycho next door. She's been married 7 times before.
Successfully divorced. Thank you, Candace.
All the men go running. They're scared for their lives. Oh, because she is the total killer. Nobody wants her as their wife. How's that?
Thank you, Shane, for gifting 5 What the Hale's memberships.
That's not going to do it, is it? All right, that one needs a little work.
Let's just stick to what you know.
I know nothing.
He knows nothing.
Well, we moved into a town.
Thank you, Teresa Finn.
No one around. All to get away from the snow. We put in a 2-inch line and everything was fine until they tried to steal all my dough.
Nick Starrow's in the chat.
Who?
Nick, all the way from Sweden.
All the way from Sweden!
Thank you, Nick.
Well, Mary was in town. Oh, couldn't do math at all. Just kept calling the law. Sending emails to Worm and hoping he'd confirm that no one would know all her flaws. Now Lynette
Welcome,
and John
Star.
running their con, trying to get any money they can. Everything around them dies, and then she fake cries. They'll end up by a river in a van.
Thank you, Jen.
Now they're taken down, and everybody knows who done it. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
Thank
You're
you,
living
Julie.
in a shed with no permit. Now Russ is texting Don, telling him it's on. Let's give the world a show.
Thank you, Sean.
We always wanted fame, and now they know our names. In the meetings, always vote no.
Thank you, Susie.
Now they're all making threats.
Thank you,
Fans
Melanie.
are taking bets. Who's gonna be the first in jail? Will be Mary, Russ, or Don, Lynette, or John. We just know it won't be what the Hales.
Thank you,
Just
Alice.
know it won't be what the Hales. 'Cause they moved
Thank you,
into
Stacy.
a town. No one around.
Thank you, Barb T.
All to get away from the snow. Put in a 2-inch line and everything
Thank you,
was
Teresa.
fine, till
Thank
they
you,
tried
Jeanette.
to steal all my.
Thank you, Elaine. Thank you, James.
And Lynette and John running their con, trying to
Thank
get
you,
any
Rich.
money they can. Everything around them dies, and then she fake cries. They'll end up by a river in a.
Thank you, Nicole. Give it up for Jeremy.
Do you want the microphone tonight?
Thank you, Jeremy. No, I think I'm good. I don't like the fuzzies in my mouth.
Lies!
Thank you, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the 5 What the Hales memberships. Thank you, Christine Roman Noodles.
Lynette pled the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you, Sherry
John Crook
Thompson.
took a fifth.
Thank you, Kim.
While Lynette was pleading the fifth. Wow! Oh my goodness!
What a crazy week. Oh my goodness.
A week in Otter
I think it was
Creek.
meant to be for us to move to Otter Creek so we could say what a week every week.
Oh my goodness.
Every
man.
week. Thank you, Bill.
Where do we even start? Wow. Wow. So, everybody wants to hear from the world famous attorney. There is no lawyer.
Thank you, Randy.
There is no legal counsel.
Thank you,
More
Cole Heron.
famous, whose name has been said more times by a judge than the one, the only.
Thank you, Debbie.
Mark Feather.
It's been a challenge for the judge to keep Mark's name out of his mouth.
I'm not sure he's able to do that.
Thank you, Josie.
As a matter of fact,
Thanks, Noni.
he loves to say, Mark Feather,
Space Boy. Thank
your
you.
co-counsel in 15 minutes. Hold a second. What did the judge say about himself?
Thank you, Claire.
I'm going to need you to hold the
Okay.
microphone to the phone.
All right. Thank you, Misty.
What did the judge say about himself?
Resolved 5 cases in an hour and a half, maybe 6, I don't know. Sometimes I resolve 10 in less than an hour.
Whoa. Hold a second.
Hold up.
Hold up.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hold the front door.
Put a little legal judging in it. Here we go.
Let's hear that again.
One more time.
Resolved 5 cases in an hour and a half, maybe 6, I don't know. Sometimes I resolve 10 in less than an hour.
Whoa!
I know you guys heard that.
Whoa. Hold
Judge
a second.
DeBiasis.
Whoa. Hold it. Whoa. But Mark
Thank you,
Feather,
Dennis.
Mark Feather said that he could do it in 15
How
minutes.
dare Mark say
How
that?
dare he?
How dare
How
he
dare
say
he when
that?
Judge DeBiasis
Thank you, Deborah.
comes out from the gate and says, you want to know what, Mark Feather? I'll see your 15 minutes. I just did it 5 or 6 cases in an hour.
Or
Wow!
sometimes even 10 in
I've
less
done
than an hour.
10 cases in an hour. That's 6 minutes per case. Mark Feather just wanted 15.
And the case itself took 2 hours.
We're
2
going
hours.
on 4 months.
Thank you,
Mark
Shelley.
Feather wanted 15 minutes.
God forbid he wants more than 6
Holy
minutes.
cow! This Judge DeBiasis can do an entire case in 6 minutes.
Thank
How
you,
dare
Legally
Mark
Live.
Feather? How dare Mark Feather, the world's most famous legal counsel, attorney, lawyer in
you,
the
Susan.
world right now.
He was probably thinking, you shut your mouth.
How dare he want
Thank you,
15
Susan.
minutes? And then Judge DeBiasis has to come
Well,
out
it's
and
not
say,
his courtroom, so he can't ask for 15 minutes.
just saying.
That's what it is.
The judge
Thank
wants
you,
to one-up
Julie.
everybody and one-up everything. And he goes, you know what, Mark Feather? I've done 10 cases within an hour. 6 minutes per case. No smoke breaks. No bathroom breaks.
Andrew.
No refreshments. No snacks.
No diaper changing breaks.
No diaper changes
Thank you,
for the
William.
guy out in the road who's breaking the civil protection order. Nada, nope. 10 cases in an hour. How dare Mark Feather,
You
your
mother
co-counsel,
feather.
say 15 minutes?
I bet your Judge Grudge forgot he even said that. I bet you he forgot he even
My
said that.
goodness. My goodness. I can't believe it.
Wow.
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 Wah wah wee wah. That's all
Wee
we
wee
can
wah
say.
wah.
Debbie
Wow.
Dever, thank you. Drina, thank you. Dreen.
My goodness. I thought Mark Feather was good, but no comparison to Judge DeBiasis. This man is a legend. 6-minute cases. Boom, in, boom, out. Mark just wanted 15 minutes to put the witness up on the stand.
Even though it had been 2 hours
And we've been there for well longer than that.
since 1 p.m. and the court closes at 5 p.m. She let her talk. He let our crazy stalking neighbor talk over and over, interrupt. He allowed her to interrupt him, but he wouldn't allow Mark Feather to give an estimate of 15 minutes.
I don't consider what she does talking, to be honest. I don't. Now lying. Now that. Yeah, she does that. She does that constantly. Yeah, no doubt about that. And don't worry. I am a master myth debunker.
Debunker.
Yeah, and we will be debunking
Thank you, Linda.
quite a bit more this week, without a doubt.
Oh, look, Mickey Mouse is in the house. Mickey Mouse sent $10.
Thank you, Mickey Mouse. So, Judge DeThomasis, in his own words, says that he can get through 10 injunction cases in an hour.
Sometimes less than an hour, I think you said.
My goodness. If we all had the skill set that this judge had, we could solve the world problems in less than an hour. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. But that Mark Feather! That Mark Feather. That Mark Feather.
That was
All right.
funny.
All you Mark Feathers out there. Mark Feather scheduled to be with us here tonight. Emergency happened. He won't be able to be here with us this evening.
Yes.
So he was on his way, and then he had to turn around, head back home. But that's okay. He will be with us here in the future. And so I know I've got questions for him.
Oh, I do.
George has questions for him. And we know you all have questions for him.
Welcome, Crystal.
So
We should do debunking the judge.
We should do a lot of things.
Like he said he
Debunk!
spent 40 years.
40 years.
40
I've
years.
spent 40 years in this courtroom.
How when you've only been a judge since 2020?
At what point do you probably want to retire?
Did he misrepresent himself in the court at that time?
Doesn't, if you spent 40 years in a courtroom, don't you want to go home? Don't you want to,
Thank you,
jam
Sandy.
out, have jam sessions, work on stuff?
Whoa, James Aaron is in the house.
We
Long
haven't seen
time.
James
He
in a
said
long time.
Wow.
We have not seen James in a while.
Hope you're doing well.
We miss James. So, if I was this judge, 40 years in a courtroom, I would say that's about 39 years too many, and I would want to be
Welcome,
fun-employed
Angela.
and do my own thing. That's just me, though.
I would, there's a lot of channels out there that have been watching the hearings, lawyers,
Judges. Boy, we keep getting judges messaging us.
I have yet to see a practicing judge or even a retired judge do commentary on one of the hearings.
We have seen a lot of lawyers.
A lot of
and
lawyers,
a lot of judges have
journalists,
contacted us,
yes.
and a lot of judges are actually reporting to Thomas's the biases because of all of his biases. So, boy, there are professionals in the field that have all said the exact same. I have not had one person mention to us, "Oh yeah, this is normal.
This is fine."
Oh, this is okay." Every single professional in the field has the exact same opinion. Not okay. Not legal. Not in the least bit. Not in the least bit.
Welcome, Helen. We all
Unbiased.
get what
Completely
the
biased.
did we just watch?
To the point. To the point.
Welcome, Diane.
I just shared this with George, and I haven't shared this with anybody else yet. That we have been contacted by a documentary. We get contacted by producers all the time. But we have been contacted by a producer that's done quite a bit with the Peacock Network and other networks. And
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me.
you gotta let me fly, man. There is an interest apparently in. Now we've already been in negotiations with A&E, and there are some others that have expressed very much so their interest in this entire story. And by the story, what I mean is all of our intellectual property, the content that we create, the entire story surrounding it is our life story. And
It's basically a video diary of our life.
it's our video scrapbook. It is. It documents life. And so I did, and I've shared this previously, I did come up with a number that both A&E and I actually agreed upon, and the area that I did not agree upon was editing rights. So I would sell them the videos, and I would still maintain ownership, but it was allowing them to use them, and then I did not give them any editing rights. And so that is something that we're going back over, but we also have another producer that's very heavily and respected, and I think we have a conversation tomorrow scheduled.
Olivia.
I think we have a conversation tomorrow, and frankly, I mean, if I can be very
Thank you, Michelle Crick.
open and bold with everybody, okay? So I'm gonna
Welcome,
pull
Dee Dee.
I'm gonna pull the jokes aside, even though 99.9% of the time George and I are very, very, very serious.
Oh, yeah. Especially what we're going through right now. It's 100% serious, but the way we cope with it as far as stress is a little bit of humor or
Okay.
satire.
So I'm going to be very, very serious. This is not a joke. So as of right now,
Thank you,
the
Ted.
legal fees, both Ohio and Florida.
Thanks, Lovey.
Which Ohio is at. So in comparison, Ohio is at 8,500 with more coming. Okay, so in comparison, you can see what Ohio did. Ohio actually put out the civil protection orders. Ohio actually heard the violations or the contempt of court, and that's $8,500. That's the way it's supposed to work. And here we are in Florida. In comparison, our legal fees now are at $125,000.
It's through the roof.
$125,000. There hasn't even been a hearing on the respondent side, my
Thank
side.
you, Hot Rod. It's
I haven't been
sweet
able
child
to
of
say
mine.
literally anything.
Thank you, Barbara.
Except, yes, I do. You're illegally keeping me from my property. And so we're at $125,000 within a county courthouse. So some of the things that we've had to do thus far, you know, when you have a business and you plan and you budget for different things throughout the
Not
year
sure yet,
for
Tanya.
that business, you budget based on the income that's going to come in for the year, and you budget your expenses for the year.
Thank you, Fritz.
And so we never in a million years, number one, would have thought that we would have gotten stalked and our lives threatened.
Thanks, Nancy.
By being on YouTube. And then number two, be in a situation where we are literally at $125,000 in the hole of money that we'll never be able to recoup.
Thank deuces.
Even when the courts make her and him. You understand there is going to be a judgment, and there is going to be a judgment, and I'm confident of it, that the judge in the federal court is going to mandate that they give us a settlement.
Dan, thank you.
We'll never be able to recoup anything.
Thanks, Melanie.
Ever. Because there very much so is nothing. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, they got the Jeep. Well, it's trashed. I mean, probably smells like his infected knee. And probably her toothless mouth. Who in the world would want to be in that Jeep? Now, the camper, oh my goodness, the most filthy thing that anybody could live in. And the sheds, these things have no value. They're nasty. Now, the property, where's the value of the property? There isn't any. Glass and nails.
Well, not to mention it was contaminated prior to her buying it. And why would you buy such a
Condemned,
property
yes.
that requires so much physical labor and so much money knowing that you're 100% disabled?
So what has happened
Thank you,
is
Terry.
from the forefront of the new year, okay, we have to budget accordingly. And again, this is
Thanks,
all
Debbie.
joking aside, this is seriousness. What we've had to do is we've had to let Brian go. And so there are
We
those.
hit 700K. Thanks, flipping it.
Did we just hit 700,000? Yeah!
Everyone do the wave.
Hold a second. We were watching beforehand.
We were.
We were literally watching
I
beforehand.
told Jeremy.
We did. We hit it.
We might hit it this week.
We done.
Thank you, Rocky.
We done hit it. We done hit it. Right there. Wow. Who would have ever thought anybody would ever want to watch any of this ridiculousness? I can't believe it.
We
can't believe
have
it.
said once we hit a mill, then it's time to.
It's time to chill and retire. And I have a whole new idea for a whole new channel, which is going to be, I want to be an Uber driver. I want to be an Uber driver, and I want to play games and give prizes and the whole deal.
Deanna and I have our own plans as well.
So what really counts is views. We're at 300.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Here, I'll try and do it this way. We're at 312 million views.
Thank you, Audrey.
And if you're wondering, so here's the one thing. Okay, so you have Lynette continuing to say, oh, they're making money off of me. Oh, all they do. Oh, look at their views. They go up. No. Our views have never gone up.
Thank you, Ruth.
Based on Lynette. As a matter of fact, our top content is
Thanks,
right
Gina.
here. Found money in a safe, storage unit, storage unit, storage unit.
There's no
storage
Otter Creek
unit.
video that
where's
has
Where's
hit.
Otter Creek? This is, you see right there, top content. Top content.
Well, this is
way better.
This is the
way
same
better.
woman who thinks she knows everything. That's an expert in everything.
We do way better when we actually are just able to live our lives without being stalked, threatened, and don't have to video people that have to be held accountable. And I share this because of the adaptations we've had to make from the beginning of the year, coming into January and February, which I've shared this before in our business cycle. January and February are
Claire.
the leanest, and March as well. And we actually have more bills than we can pay in January, February, and March than income that the business makes. And then the income picks up usually July, and then it goes back down, and then it picks back up in September, October. So at any rate, so these are unanticipated expenses.
Thank you, Teresa.
Huge unanticipated expenses. I mean, who in their right mind would have ever thought, oh my goodness,
Thank you, Ken.
$125,000, and we've not even heard the other side of the argument yet.
Thank you, Callie.
She's not even done giving evidence, which she's given none. And
She
we're
has
at
none.
$125,000. It's actually over that. I'm rounding down. And so we've had to do a number of different things. We've had to let Brian go. Unfortunately, I love Brian. Brian is a joy to me, and is a friend, and I want Brian with me, helping me. I do better work when I'm with Brian. So we've had to do that. We've had to actually decrease Georgia's salary by a third. And so we've had to, and I don't get one. So there is nothing to decrease on mine, but we've had to make adjustments. I've decreased Georgia's salary by a third so that we haven't had to touch anybody else's salaries. Christian, Patience, Deanna, of those who you know of, with what the Hales.
Thank you, Julie.
We also have to set aside all projects on the schoolhouse building that we had planned this year.
Thank you, Just One.
And
A Cloud, thank you.
one of
Dennis.
the things that you guys are, one of the things we wanted to do with the building, we have the schoolhouse. We've had dollar sales.
Actually, as of yesterday was our 1 year mark when we got the key.
We got the building. Yes. So we've had dollar sales to benefit the community. So flat screen TVs, $1. I mean, lawnmower, $1.
If you look at
anything,
it, $1.
$1. We've had dollar sales for the community. Big stuff where we're like, just give it to the community for $1.
We've done fill-a-tote.
We've given all that money to different agencies. So you've seen us give it towards the ARC. You've seen us give it towards Cedar Key Food Bank. We've done other different agencies as well with that. Christmas in the Creek was huge here.
Oh yeah.
The fall.
Thank you, Joe.
Fall garage sale for the community. It was a community garage sale that we actually hosted, and
We attended virtually.
we did attend
We weren't
virtually.
here in person, but we did
But
attend
to
virtually.
open up the property
Thank you,
and to
Eagle
let
Deb.
the community use the property to hire security, armed security, and everything else that went with that. So even in that community yard sale that happened in the fall, the expenses, I'm out a couple $1,000s. There's not enough money generated. It's for the community, and I want to do those things. I want to be able to do those things, but everything is halted on the building to be able to do any more community events right now because of the legal expenses. And so we've had to, again, unfortunately, let Brian go. That's why you've not seen Brian. And Lord willing, we're going to see Brian
Yes,
again.
Deborah.
We've had to decrease Georgia's salary by a third. We've had to stop all projects on the schoolhouse that we want to use for community and for community events, and adjust. And so, as such, I think Debbie Vaughn reached out to you, right? So Debbie Vaughn reached out to you. What did you guys talk about in regards to GoFundMe?
Debbie Vaughn. So Debbie kept messaging, and I just.
And it wasn't jokes this time. And Debbie Vaughn is always about
She
the
is.
jokes.
She's-
She
She loves to
she's
laugh
my
with
spirit
us.
animal. Debbie Vaughn and JK are our spirit animals.
Thank you, June.
If we pass away, if something happens to us, Debbie Vaughn and JK inherit the channel, and they carry it on, whether they want to or not.
Thank you, Jackie.
They are in our places. They are long-term fans. They understand the philosophy of what we've tried to accomplish with the platform. And they
Thank you,
understand
Melissa.
the humor. And so whether they want it or not, Debbie and Vaughn, JK, they get the channel.
We may want to train them first because
No
you
training.
drop the ball and they're going to be like, what the hells do I do?
No training for you. So Debbie
Thanks,
Vaughn
Kirsty.
reaches out to you because there's been a lot of messages and questions about this.
So
Oh, by the way,
At
as
first-
Flippin' Adventures just say, you inherit her too, guys. So
that's true.
Be ready.
Maxie.
Be ready.
So Deanna will be the one responsible for training
And
them.
she's Cuban. She's feisty. And every man wants her number.
It's $1,000 a digits now.
And even if
And
they
if you
pay
live outside of
$1,000,
the country, you got to pay extra
if
for
they
the
pay
US.
$1,000 for her number, you still aren't going to give it to them.
It's
Just say thank you.
1,000 per digit.
Per digit, but it's
Yes.
100,000 per date. And no, I'm not imping her out. I dropped the P at the beginning just because it sounded like it. As I said, 100,000 per date. I just wanted. There are no dates. I have nothing to do with this. That was a joke.
We're just joking.
Okay, but the whole Debbie Vaughn thing is not a joke.
So she kept reaching out, and I was just very hesitant with the idea because, you know, even though we just hit 700,000 subscribers, not all of those subscribers are fans, right? They're just viewers.
Some of them are super fans. They hate us so much they,
They
watch
hate so
everything
much.
we
Yes.
say.
And they watch every little thing, and they
little thing.
dissect every little thing. And so Jeremy had mentioned, you know, we don't want help with legal funds. We don't. What we want is
Help with community.
events.
Projects.
Share these videos with everyone. And there's different ways that people show their support. If you're looking at the live chat right now, people are sending super chats, donations. People are sending super sticker donations. People are becoming members of the channel. People are upgrading their memberships. People are gifting memberships, which is pretty cool.
It's awesome.
And-
Our fans are so loving and so
Yes,
generous.
very generous. People are buying merch, and people buy from our auctions. They support us by buying stuff from our eBay. They support just by watching videos. And so because everyone has a different way of supporting, Debbie really insisted on support. This was her way of supporting us. And she has been a longtime fan.
Very, very much so. Like from the beginning.
Before I even came on the scene, I believe.
She could tell us for sure, but Debbie's been there when
She's
nobody
one of our
else was there.
OGs.
When we were talking to a camera and there's nobody on the other end, Debbie was actually there.
Yes.
And JK came in there as well. Thank you so much.
Thank
Ann.
you, Ann. Thank you, Kathy.
And so Debbie asked if she could set up the GoFundMe.
And we didn't want to deprive her of showing her support because that was her way of showing support.
well,
And I kind of dragged my feet on.
Well,
on
it was
as
because we
well.
kept going back and forth, and so I had already stated
Lena.
publicly
Thank you,
that
Babs.
we want help with the community projects and to help people,
Right.
and that we would take on the legal fees. And yet, at the same time, while God has blessed
Welcome,
our
Joan.
lives, there is no doubt God
Oh,
has
yeah.
blessed our lives, and so I don't
Thank
want
you,
to
Linda.
undermine what God has done in our lives. Yet at the same time, we've given away so much that there's not the surplus to put towards legal fees. And
Thanks,
and
Hot
that
Rock.
means we have to generate more. So if I don't have enough money,
Thank
I
you,
work harder
Julie.
and I earn more money. And so George and I were going through this, and then
TB Dallas, thank you.
you so
You guys
much.
are amazing.
so George and I we talked about this, and she's like, "Well, how would you feel if you wanted to do something for the community and they told you no? Like you're a giver." Okay, I would feel horrible.
Thank you, Randy.
And if I wanted to do something for somebody and I wanted to help the community and they said no, I'd feel horrible.
Thanks, Pokey.
And
Mom.
and so
Thanks, John.
who are we to rob her from that blessing?
Mm-hmm.
And in the reality, it is a time of need for us as well in January, February, and March, and not ever anticipating.
Welcome, Barbara and Arlie.
And so George and I did talk, and we battled back and forth.
Yeah.
We literally went back
I was
and forth.
against it. I was like, I don't know. I have a bad feeling about it.
And there have been those
Thank
who
you,
have attacked
Kathy.
it, and they've said, well, Jeremy's already said, all right, no GoFundMe. They want to tackle all this, and yet at the same time, time. We've never, ever, ever anticipated anything near 125,000. And there's no end in sight. There is no end in sight.
Yeah, especially with the writ in place, there is no end in sight.
So there is no end in sight. And we finally came to the conclusion. George twisted my arm and my leg and my ear lobe. Your parents ever do that? They twist your earlobe? And we went, we're not going to rob her or anybody else of any blessing. And as we want to continue to be a blessing. And so there are those that struggle with that whole concept. And they go, well, Jeremy, you were attacking Patty who gave Lynette $7,000. Well, here's the difference, okay? Lynette is conning people and scamming people out of money. Lynette is a unprofessional, because she's not very successful at scamming and conning people. She is a pathological, habitual
God is love. Thank you, Liberty
liar.
Bell. Thank you,
And telling them, oh, I'm going to give this all back to you, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. Knowing that she's guilty, knowing what she's done, knowing the defamation, knowing the perjury, knowing the extortation, knowing exactly what she has done.
Sarah.
Knowing what Crook has done. There's a huge difference in regards to Lynette going, oh, give me money, 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 and conning people out of that. Or really grossly exploiting a 4-year-old for money and not working on purpose, trying to work the system. As a matter of fact, using children to work the system, as you'll see in tomorrow's video. Versus Debbie Vaughn saying, listen, you guys have done so much for others that I want to do something for you. And so we finally came to a conclusion that we would never hold back that blessing from her or from others that want to contribute. And so
Maryland feels left out.
we miss Maryland.
Are we adding Maryland to the list of people?
Listen, Maryland, Raby,
as long as you don't turn off the water and the electricity
keep the water
on them.
and the utilities and everything on, and Debbie Vaughn and JK inherit you as well, Maryland Raby, because we miss her.
You could make her turn up the drama, like she says. Don't make me turn up the drama.
Who in the world wants this drama in their
Maryland.
life?
Yeah, no one does.
So the difference between Lynette conning somebody out of $7,000 or anybody else who gave $10 or $25 or $50 versus Debbie Vaughn going, listen, these people have made a positive impact in my life, and they've made a positive impact in other people's lives, and we want to be a positive
Patriot for Life.
impact
Email us
in their life. There have been others who have been doing fundraisers
Thank you,
for
Navy
us.
vet.
And so there have been others, and George has already given shout outs all the way from Sweden.
Thanks, Ellen. We've got people watching from all over the planet.
All over the planet, and have been helping with these legal fees.
You.
We never in a million years ever
Doreen.
could have ever thought $125,000, and we haven't even gotten to the other side of
Michelle.
the hearing, and now we're in federal court. And so many have asked, and we've remained silent on it because it is controversial. It's controversial. The GoFundMe is controversial to some people because we had already said, how in the world could somebody give Lynette $7,000 where she's conning and scamming, and then us publicly saying, listen, we want you to give towards community outreach projects that we're going to do, not towards our legal fees. And so we understand the controversy that surrounds that. Listen, we're not conning anybody. We're not scamming anybody. We want to continue to be a positive influence in people's lives. And this is the difference, the biggest difference in the world right now. This, what Debbie is doing, is a battle for fundamental, constitutional, First Amendment freedom of speech. And that doesn't just affect us. That affects everybody in the United States.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Yayo.
This is a battle. Lynette is the sideshow. Her toothless face is the sideshow.
Thank you, Dawn.
Her scratchy voice is the sideshow that people will pay a nickel to see. The reality is,
thank you, Grammy Ellis.
This is a fundamental constitutional battle. This is foundational.
Thank you, Susan.
And it impacts every United States citizen, or those who want to be United States citizens, or those who are invested in our country and our laws and freedom of speech.
Thank you, Miguel.
Fundamental difference is that Lynette is lying to save her by the skin of her tooth. And we are fighting for Lynette's right to continue to have freedom of speech. I don't like her. I don't like John Crook. There is protected speech, though. And I will fight even for those who I don't like. And that's the difference. And so to Debbie Vaughn, we say, number one, thank you for being a blessing to us. Mm-hmm. And thank you for sharing that with others.
Thank you, Chris. Yes. Thank you for your continued love and support through the ups and downs, the good, the bad, the ugly. She has been one of our OG followers.
From the OG.
Thank you, Melody.
And she is original. She's the greatest of all time.
I don't know, Jackie. I'm not too familiar. A lot of people are saying that GoFundMe keeps a portion, which we knew because we did it for the Egyptian orphan.
I don't remember the
drive.
percentage that they keep.
We know PayPal keeps a percentage when we
eBay,
do our
PayPal,
sales. I mean, pretty much every platform does a percentage.
YouTube, when you guys send super chats, YouTube
keeps
every
a
platform
big chunk,
is going to keep a percentage. I mean, that's just the reality of functioning in our world, and so. We thank Debbie Vaughn.
Thank you, Lynette.
We understand that there's confusion. We want there to be clarity within that confusion. And we know, I mean, on average, like right now, on average, if we are at $125,000 so far, and on average, if a video gets a view of 125,000 views, $1 per person, I mean, what's that? Less than a coffee cup? Boom.
Chan says, how can anyone donate money to Lynette after seeing Ashley's video and the counseling report?
Oh my goodness.
There's a very small percentage that still continues to support her.
Just remember. Just remember that birds of a feather flock together. And if Lynette is a con and a scam artist, if Lynette is a pathological liar, there are those who will rally around her because they are the same.
Thank you for clarifying, Candace. She said for every 500 they keep $16.
Okay.
Thank you, Annabelle.
And so there have been some incredible channels already around the world that have been helping with our legal fees.
Oh yeah.
And I bring this up also because with the aspect of another individual wanting to do a full documentary
Melody.
On our lives and what's happened to us here as professional YouTubers. And you probably don't think, oh man, professional YouTubers.
Mark.
And I don't even think we think of ourselves at a lot of times as professional YouTubers, but yet it's the only thing that clarifies when people go, what do you do?
We're ordinary people. We're fun employed. We're ordinary people
ordinary.
that just vlog our lives
and try
and be an inspiration to those
others.
Who also want to be fun employed.
Thank you, Marsha. To help pay those legal fees, there's going to have to be an aspect where
Kathy.
We sell our story. And because these fees are all unanticipated.
Jackie wants to know.
Jackie, you have done so much. Jackie, you have done so much.
We appreciate you, Jackie. Send us an email. Let us think about it.
Like this is an internal conflict for me. Like Jackie right now, she's asking, can you send a personal check? And this is just so difficult.
Welcome, Silver Dragon.
Because I'm usually the one on the other end saying, I want to give. And givers typically don't get. All right. And so the way God's wired me and designed me is I want to give to everybody. I want to give. I give you the shirt off my back.
Thanks, Stats.
And George knows I will because George holds me back and was like, you need to stop. You need to. And so, it's so difficult.
Well, not only me, but Deanna. Deanna holds you back too.
Yes. Deanna puts me in check.
Yeah. She holds you back. She's got my back to hold you back. When you need to be held back.
Deanna puts me in check.
Yeah.
Patience and Christian just pretty much...
They just go with the flow.
They go with the flow. They're like, whatever you want to do, boss. But
Deanna... But if Patience hears me say something, she'd be like, yeah, you're right. She waits for me to say something.
She'll go, yeah, you right. She'll go, you right.
Thank you, Diane.
So it's difficult in the aspect that
Thanks, Allie.
We're typically on the side of giving.
Thank you, Siggy.
And generosity is a core component of the way God wired me. and financial stewardship, and to be able to give towards others. Like, I want to do things for people. I want to make communities better. I want to help people.
Mimi.
Whether that's in Otter Creek or whether that's up home up north, with, you guys know, Mayor Dan and Chief Nagy. Well, you haven't met Chief Nagy
Thanks,
yet.
Diane.
You may meet Chief Nagy.
I haven't even met him yet.
Well, Chief Nagy probably on his way down to pick up a crook and a liar. But, you know,
Thank you, Wesley.
there's been confusion, and we want there to be clarity that Debbie had asked. This was a debate
Thanks, Hot
between
Rod.
us, and we ultimately stated that we did not want to rob anybody else from a blessing, the same way we wouldn't want to be robbed from blessing others, whether it be Christmas in the Creek, whether it be Camp Patmos, whether
or
it be
another
Egyptians,
microwave giveaway causing accidents.
you know, any of the crazy things you've
Thanks,
seen
Crafty
us
Jen.
do. We did not want to rob others of a blessing. And the reality is, it is all of our fight. Crafty Jen, which she said, loving the... Thank you. By the way, this is a gift right there from the one, the
Thank you,
only
Kimberly.
Crafty Jen. And so
Thanks, you, Ron Navy.
this is a fight for all of us in the protection of freedom of speech. And so there's been
Thank you,
so much
Jackie.
confusion. Hopefully that helps clarify. And you can understand the difference between Lynette conning people and telling them she's going to give all that money back, which she never will.
Thank
She
you,
will have
BC
nothing.
Eagle Deb.
She literally will have nothing at the end of this. She will not get anything from us. She will not receive anything monetarily. She will be ordered to pay monetarily, and she will have nothing at the end of this. She's conning people, whereas people on this side are fighting for a fundamental freedom of speech, a fundamental constitutional right. And that's what this is now.
Thank you, Darlene and Claire.
And nobody anticipated this. Mark Feather didn't anticipate this. You know, Mark Feather went in there and was like, hey, 15 minutes.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you so much, Frank. Mark Feather went in there. Can we have 15 minutes to talk to Madam Mayor Therese as the witness? He didn't even say he was going to finish the hearing in 15 minutes. He said, can I have 15 minutes to talk to the witness so they don't have to be inconvenienced and come back? Mark Feather didn't see it.
Thank you, Kathy.
Randy never foresaw this. Doreen never foresaw this. And those three are our legal team. And so nobody ever in a million years could have anticipated this. Lawyers on YouTube are all around this. You've got
They're
Megan
doing well,
Fox
Sandra.
all over this right now.
yeah.
Real journalist.
Welcome, Lindsay.
A real journalist.
Thanks, Sonny.
Not a jokelist. The jokelist went in her chat and tried to I can't even get it out. I was so upset.
Thanks,
when
Tim.
she went in and tried to diminish and demean both Ashley and Samantha as they shared their stories of, we're going to say, abuse by Lynette. There's a real journalist. There's other individuals. There's lawyers and judges, and they're all in awe. They can't believe it. And then you have
Thanks,
us
Lovey. Thanks, Jeff.
showing up to a commissioner meeting, a county commissioner
Thanks,
meeting.
Patty.
Which we've never gone to before, right, George?
Nope, never attended a county meeting.
Ever.
But there was something that was brought up that we're like, hey, it might be worth going to.
Thank
you, Melanie.
Requested that we go. There were some aspects of corruption where the county commissioners,
Thank you,
two
James.
who are related, one being the son of Russ the Sus in Otter Creek, and them trying to take the budget. And if they take the budget, they can
Thanks,
hide
Wayne.
the corruption, which is an issue. And so we were invited to be there to see what was going on and to give commentary on it. Now, ultimately, during that time, we got an email, and it stated that there was a hit placed on me. And
It was delivered by Levy County
by a
Sheriff.
deputy.
Which, to me, I think that's inappropriate to deliver an email in the middle of a meeting.
Inappropriate in so many ways. Number one, how you even know I'm there? And we still haven't gotten the answer.
And even if they knew he was there, they still handled it so odd. But then again, we are in Otter Creek.
Number two, Scott
thing-
Tummins says,
Thank you, Rick.
you want to go or you want me?
If I received an email like that, and I get it, that's not his area of expertise to be an investigator.
Sounds to me like he's just a secretary. Scott Tummins just seems to be
He
a
is.
secretary.
He's the holder of the records.
But
Thank you, Sherry.
regardless if you're a secretary or not, you know the person to go to
Right.
if there is an accusation of a hit. If there's a 1% chance that it's real, you're just going to ignore it? And then when the individual comes in to ask you what's happening in regards to this, and then say, you're just filming this? You're just doing this for YouTube? Nobody in their right mind wants to live this way. Nobody wants to be stalked. Nobody wants to be begged from. Nobody wants to be their life threatened on a daily
Sergeant
basis.
Mitch.
Whether they're posting on Facebook that they're going to pop a cap in our backside, or whether Crook is talking about jamming stuff.
Thank you, Jamie.
Even a piano in her backside. Nobody wants to live this way.
Thank you, Claire.
At all.
And so thank you, Sonny. And so the deputy didn't even say, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?"
We just given a piece of paper.
He just hands it over like it's a note, like it's an everyday note. And he says, "I don't even know what this is about, or I don't even know what's on here." Something along those lines. Instead of pulling him aside and say, "Hey, we just received this email. How do you want to handle it?"
Which, by the way, he obviously knew what was on it.
Obviously.
Emphasizing, I don't even know what's on there. Why are the deputies, number one, finding me and not calling me, and somehow they know where I'm at, then trying to emphasize, well, we don't even know what's on there when they do, then not even taking it seriously. If there's 1% chance that there is something there, which now Anderson is taking it seriously.
Yes.
And nobody wants to get assaulted by the
Thanks,
victim
Lula.
advocate's son
Thanks, Joanne.
for the Levy County court system, who is married to a deputy,
Thank you, Michelle.
Levy County Sheriff Department. Who do we trust?
Right.
Like, literally, who do we trust? And Tummins literally proves the point that I have to film every interaction with the deputies because of his attitude, his response,
Jonathan.
that I can't trust these people.
Right. Yeah. It just shows how super important a camera is, so powerful, and that you need to record for accountability. Welcome, Carolyn. Thank you, Donna. And from things that have happened here in Otter Creek, especially with Crook pulling out a firearm on people for
Not
no
just
reason.
us, he's done it to another
Yes.
as well. Not just us. Crook is habitual
Yes.
firearm puller.
Carolyn, thank you. And Levy County Sheriff does nothing.
Does
Why?
nothing.
Why do they do nothing? Because no one recorded it. That's
And
why.
Why did Levy County deputies show up at the last town hall meeting and act like they have no idea about our civil protection orders, where every single one of them know? And they did nothing. Crook and Lynette should have been arrested immediately, right there on the spot, period. End of
you,
story,
Claire.
done.
Thank you, Jennifer. And if it was the other way around,
Now, if I was
where
there,
if he showed up on
I would
a
have been
temp
immediately
injunction, on a
arrested.
temp injunction based on something he didn't even do, guarantee you, Levy County Sheriff would have had him in
Based
cuffs.
on her live, what she said, my lawyer did. And by the way, this is her
Thank you, Jennifer. Thanks, Dan.
life mission. She says this stuff about men and individuals over and over.
It's
this
her
is
MO.
her pattern.
Yes.
I'm not the first. I won't be the last. I'm just the first one to actually stand up to her and be able to fight her and not give in to this garbage. And it is very costly, and it is extremely stressful. And I think you've seen that, and there's that whole aspect of going, this is so stressful, and how I even was communicating with the deputies.
Welcome,
do
Pico.
I even share this? And we have to. I didn't want to. We have to, for accountability's sake, so people know what's actually happening here.
Well, maybe Levy County Sheriff will start taking it seriously.
Not only that, it's evidence against Levy County Sheriff for not doing what they legally are supposed to do. And they can't make the evidence disappear. It's there. Whether it was at town hall and they didn't make Lynette and Crook leave after an hour and a half, or whether it was in the sheriff's station and making jokes about it that, oh, this is just for YouTube. Nobody wants to live their life this way. If it was about YouTube, as I've already shared, this is our top content. Storage units.
Thank you, Terry.
Safe. Found money in a safe. Military gun trunk. Found money in a safe. It goes on and on. There is nothing about the sheriff. There is nothing about town hall. There is nothing
Thank you,
that
Francis.
ranks the way that our treasure hunting ranks on our channel. And that's what we want our life to be.
Thank you,
but
Southern Mimi.
they won't let our life be. We've been stalked. We've been harassed. We've been exploited. You name it, extorted. You name it. Not taken seriously when there are legal paperwork and documents that the Levy County deputies must enforce legally, state law, federal law. And now it's a fight for a First Amendment right for all United States citizens.
Thank you, Reform Congress.
No one in a million years could have seen
Ever.
any of these
Thank
plot
you,
twists.
Shane.
Any of these plot twists. Not a single one of them.
The story of our life moving to Levy County just gets wilder and wilder, whether it's good or bad. Good because we've got more eyeballs on this, right? And we don't feel alone. We've got lawyers looking at this. We've got judges, whether they're practicing or retired, and we're getting input, and everyone's looking at it like, whoa, this is not okay. This is not normal. Even deputies are like, I've never even seen this in a courtroom.
Oh my goodness, we've had so
Renell,
many.
thank you
we've
so
had
much.
So many police officers.
Jolanda, thank you so
and
much.
So many deputies reach out to us from Florida, and say, "This is not normal. This is not normal."
And
at
it
all.
makes you wonder, is it just a county thing? And Deanna has lived in Florida most of her life, and she even said it's a Levy County thing, because in any other county they would have been on it.
Polk County, done. They're gone. We all know Polk County don't mess around. Levy County is a game, and it's sad. So many people have said, "Well, why have you even stayed?" I mean, we've been on other people's chats this week, and we got the question, "Why even stay? Why stay?" Okay, I'm going to tell you why stay and not leave. Number one, we have over $1 million invested in these properties to help people.
Right.
Okay, I mean, we're not going to walk away from $1 million investment in these properties that we want to actually help the people.
Thank you, Puzzled Puzzler.
Okay, so number one, there's a huge, tremendous investment in these properties for the aspect of trying to help more people. As you've seen, Christmas in the Creek and dollar sales and community outreach and things along those lines. And we've got more ideas. And some have already been asking, are you doing an Easter egg?
Thank you, Bonnie.
We can't, because we can't bring in armed security because I have a temp injunction on me. Do we want to? Absolutely. Can we financially right now? We can't. There is no
not
money
only
to do
that,
anything
but for our
extra.
safety.
And
Most
then-
importantly, it's for the safety.
It's not even
of
for our
everyone.
safety.
For
Can
everyone.
you imagine having all these kids on this property? There are no armed security, and Lynette and Crook actually work something out to get somebody on the property, which we have text messages of her asking people to come to our dollar sales on her behalf when she was banned already.
And giving
she's
them a
already,
list.
She's already worked people onto the property to get things from us, okay? And so could you imagine the trauma that these kids would go through if something happened here? It's not okay. And we can't, at this point, we have to pull back because we can't afford all of this at this point because of all of the legal fees. Now, God's blessed us, there's no doubt, and we appreciate the blessing, and you guys are such a blessing. But we're at a point right now where we have to hold back and go, what's really going on? What's going to happen?
Thank you, Wolverine Transparency.
But there have been so many people blessing us, and part of the blessing is so many who have taken this story and they are sharing this story all over the world.
Yes.
And those have asked, why are you still there? Okay, so I've already shared we have over $1 million invested in the properties, and we want that for the people. We want to do things for people.
Right.
For
And
people.
the property itself, especially the schoolhouse, has been a huge blessing. Huge blessing for what we want to do for our business. I love coming here and working.
And if you go, Jeremy, you're all
Thank you,
about
Claire.
money, you obviously don't understand. I wear clothing that looks like I don't have money first and foremost. I got the same pants on that I've been wearing for days. It's got holes in it. My socks have holes in it. There's hole right there. I could care less about money. I care about an impact on people. And for those who go, well, you only have the property for your own benefit. When I'm gone, the property goes to a nonprofit.
You can't take it to heaven with you. That's
But
for sure.
it could be used for heaven's sake. God's work can be done here, and these people need God. And so that's the second thing. Why not leave? Because there are so many good people here.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
And so you see the bad ones. We don't have to film the good ones for accountability. You've got Deborah Thomas and Doc over in the park. And you've got the new owners of the park who we had the opportunity to meet the night that I got assaulted by Rat. You've got Carl and Mandy and their
Deuces,
daughter.
thank you. Deuces,
And
China girl.
Carl's going to be on the new town council, and I'm excited for him. And Joe over in the park is going to be on the new town council, and I'm excited for them to do things.
We haven't officially met him yet. A bit of everything, thank you.
You've got Ellie and Scott with Otter Creek Woodworks, who we love. They're precious people.
Everyone knows the Hudson sisters.
The Hudson sisters, my goodness,
You got to meet a nephew of theirs this week.
I got to meet Gail's grandson.
Thank you.
Did I meet
Adventures?
I didn't meet a nephew of the Hudsons,
What?
did I?
Somebody
No,
related.
that was Gail. So
Oh,
my
okay.
neighbor Gail, who I love and I respect highly, her grandson.
We got
reached
to
out
meet her
me.
niece. She helped at Christmas
Her
in the
niece
Creek.
helped at Christmas in the Creek, and her grandson reached out to me and said, "Jeremy, I got an auction going on for 4-H," and so it was fun getting to meet him too.
We got to
and,
meet
and tell him
Scott's
how much
grandma.
I love his grandma, and yes, Scott's grandma. Oh my goodness,
We've
So
adopted her. As
Scott
our
and
grandma.
Ellie over at the
and
Woodworks.
his mother. Thank you, Don.
And Scott's grandma, oh my goodness, they're just so fun. They're so fun. They're so good.
You can't forget Santa and Mrs. Claus.
You got Belinda
Yvonne,
and
thank
Doug,
you.
who I have the utmost, highest respect for both of them. They've been in Otter Creek for over 30 years. They've seen what's happened, and I praise God for them, for this community.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Zim and Marilyn and their family, and there's just so many good people. Okay?
The neighbor to the right over here, they're great.
Roy-
Neighbor
Roy
across
is
the street,
phenomenal.
they're great.
Ben, his family are phenomenal.
There's a neighbor next to Ben. We haven't officially met him, but
He's reached out to us, and he's
yeah.
like, "I am 100% in full support of you. I'm watching your videos.
Thank you,
I want to meet
Marquita.
you." And so so Ben and his family. Ben grew up here in Otter Creek. He's
The
right
neighbor
across
to the left
street.
of us from the ranch, they're great people. They're not here full time.
So you have to understand, 95% in anybody's life, 95% of the people are going to love you, and 5% are going to hate you. You've seen the 5% that
Welcome,
hate.
Linda.
You've seen the Russ the Susses. You've seen the Don the Cons. You've seen the Mary
Thank you,
Mathascary.
David.
Which, by the way, we saw Mary Mathascary today, and boy, did she give us the stare
Thank
down.
you, Tug. Umbrella guys in the
Oh,
chat.
thank you, Tug. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Bonnie.
And you've seen the Linettes and the John Crooks, but you have to understand there's very, very good people. There are loving people. There are very generous
You've
people.
got Mimi and her family.
Oh my goodness, the Osteens. We
The
love the
Osteens.
Osteens. You've got Sissy and Johnny, which
Mm-hmm.
is Kim Osteen's sister, is Sissy. We love them.
You met their nephew who bought the white
Yes.
building.
Yes. So
You've got Vice. Did
They're-
you
that's
mention
their
Vice?
cousin. He's starting a home for veterans.
Thank you, Callie, Sandy.
And
Thanks, Deborah.
And so I did go and talk to him, and we're going to do what we can for him. And so we'll leave it at that at this point in time, because it's a project in a tremendous amount of progress. It's going to be a 2-year
Thank
project.
you, Cage and Joe.
But, there are so many precious people, but here's the thing.
Thank you, Catherine.
They either don't have the means to fight.
Thank
okay?
you, Gina.
Ask any of these people.
MG Law's in the chat too.
Oh,
Thanks,
thank
Gina.
you, MG Law. Ask any of these people if they ever would spend $125,000 on a legal battle. I don't think anybody would. Nobody would. $125,000. I could have bought them all house. I could have bought a house for somebody. We could have said,
you,
"Hey, here's a
Cindy.
house. We could have done
Thank
this.
you
We
so
could have done
much.
that." There's so many other things. Thank you, Cindy. There's so many other things that we could have done with $125,000. But Lynette has put us in this position. She received a cease and desist March 13th, 2023. She did not cease and desist. Crook did not cease and desist.
My brother's
they
here.
kept on and on and on and on and on, horrifically. On, and they enhanced, and more death threats, and more
Thank you, Frankie.
unprotected speech. We have never broken the protected speech, ever. And so, $125,000, we could have bought a home for somebody. We could have done so many things. We could have done an Easter egg hunt for all the kids in Levy County, and we would have loved to.
We could have did a Hale's helicopter drop of the eggs.
We were talking about getting a helicopter and having egg drop for all the kids in Levy
Into the
County.
field.
There's just no way we can do that with these legal fees. There's just no way that we can do that. Where we are at our bottom in regards to income and at our height of expenses, and then the tables turn later in the summer. But you know, the people are precious. There are precious people that we have fallen in love with, and
Did you mention Zim and his wife?
yes, and we can't turn our backs on them. I mean,
Yeah.
there's not a.
Gina said the expert's here as well.
Oh, that's great. He's awesome.
I didn't get to meet him.
We've been having fun watching all these guys.
Yeah.
And so there are such precious people
Thank you,
here
Janice.
who we are not going to up and just abandon them in this mess.
Yeah.
I want to be so clear. We aren't just going to up and go, nope, we're not. Could we? Yeah, we could just go, all right, let's pack our bags and let's go home to Ohio. We are not abandoning these people in this mess when the town is threatened by Lynette and Crook. And we've said this from the beginning, and I want to emphasize it again.
Thank you, Tony.
Even our legal team continues to ask us, what are your goals in regards to this? Number one, save the child. Number two, save the town people. Random gunshots going off
is not okay
by methed up individuals on that piece of property, and I'm driving on the road with her on the phone as it's happening.
Thank you, Lena.
And there's neighbors right across the street. Gail could have gotten shot. Susie could have gotten shot. Michael could have gotten shot. Darlene,
Dan, even Captain Dan and his wife.
Joyce could have gotten shot if they went the other way. Sissy and Johnny could have gotten shot if they went the other way. There's so many people.
Thank you, Miss Nettie.
That are in harm's
Lena.
way. And so, number one, save the child. Number two, save the townspeople. Number three, save the animals. And so those are the three goals. The goals have not changed from the beginning. Like, this is not okay.
Christine said, don't throw the towel in. That's what they want you to do.
Well, we will not throw the towel in. No matter how frustrated
Thank you,
and
Candace.
angry you have seen me. And I think you've seen some of that this week at the sheriff's station. But, you know, you get poked and you get poked and you get poked. And that man went and poked. And he's protected by a badge. Let's face it. They're all protected by a badge, but they want to poke. I hope everybody understands how much strength it takes to not retaliate versus retaliating. Now, we have this conversation all the time. As a matter of fact, George was listening to me
Jackie.
on the phone with a cop, a local cop who called me. That was last night?
Thank you, Donkey Kong.
Last night or the night before?
Probably a couple nights ago.
So the local cop here in Levy County, cop, not deputy, cop in Levy County, he said, Jeremy, he goes, sometimes it's okay to go to jail.
Thank you, Michelle.
And I said, I've been telling George the exact same thing. And George is yelling, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. And
Mayor Dan has even told you that as well.
Mayor Dan has told me the same thing.
He said, you can't protect me if you're behind bars.
He has said that. I get that. And the aspect of having to restrain all of this, being called a child rapist, having my life threatened by these individuals, being stalked, being assaulted, being battered,
Thanks, Gina. Legally Live sent us a super chat earlier. Thank you.
Being completely and totally neglected from the legal system. So much bias, it's ridiculous. And you have to restrain and hold back and restrain and hold back and restrain and hold back. And it is
just for me, I say, look, keep filming and sharing it and using these people as an example, because eventually something's going to happen. Something's going to change. Only God can make it change. And so we appreciate everyone's support with all of this. We appreciate everyone's input. We appreciate that you guys are sharing this and pushing it out to everyone in the planet.
The planet. Judge DeBiasis said he can get paper anywhere in the planet. He just can't get anything to Ohio.
It's kind of odd, don't you think?
I don't think you use that term quite enough.
Thank you, Herba.
To be honest.
Do you want to do mail?
I want to know how
Sandy.
you feel about what happened in the sheriff's station.
Well, like I said earlier, I think the way the email was delivered was completely inappropriate. It should have been handled differently. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Arkansas. I think the way it was delivered, if Jeremy wasn't, if we weren't in the county meeting, would Tummins have just deleted it and moved on with his life as if it wasn't an actual threat? I don't know. That's why I asked him if you guys watched the video, I asked him, if we were not at that meeting, how would you have handled it? And his response was he would have gotten a hold of you. Why didn't he get a hold of him then?
Yeah. Why not right then? Why didn't they call me? They have
Or
my number.
at least have the deputy that hand delivered the email say, can you please step aside? How do you want to handle this? Can I talk to you outside? How do you want to, we just got this email. How do you want to handle it? And based on the timestamp of the email, it was sent after hours. So it was like 6:10 p.m. Monday. And we were at the meeting Tuesday. And it was hand delivered to us in the middle of the meeting. It wasn't in the beginning. Wasn't at the end. It was right in the middle.
Could have been off right there in the meeting, because sitting up front, I can't see my back. So not a comforting feeling by any stretch of the imagination.
No, not at all. I didn't even see what the deputy looked like. All I heard was someone whispering, Mr. Hales. Mr. Hales. And then you see a piece of paper come in between his shoulder and my shoulder. And I was trying to listen to the meeting. And all of a sudden I look down and he's reading something on a piece of paper and I'm reading it. And then he's done reading, and then I take it and I'm reading it and I'm taking a picture of it because I can't believe what I just read.
Brett and Therese, Madam Mayor Therese, are sitting there next to us.
They
as well.
were with us, and I showed it to her.
And I'm like, another death threat.
And she's just shaking her head like, oh my goodness, thank you, Gina. And so it makes you wonder, how would they have handled it? How many other emails like this do they get and they just ignore? There's just so many questions after the deputy hand delivered the email. There were so many unanswered questions that I had. And we already had a pre-planned lunch with one of the attorneys, and we're showing it to him, and he's like, I can't believe this. And he was willing to call Tummins right away. We're like, no, we want to speak to him. We'll handle it. And so I have gotten a follow-up email from Lieutenant Anderson, who was very professional, and he took it serious.
Yeah, we sent him all Victoria Munsel's screenshots, information, where Victoria talks about she literally talks about, do I have it or you have it right now? Do I have it yet?
You sent it.
Where Victoria Munsell talks about where she is on behalf of Lynette sending all of our information on the black web or the dark web, depending on if you're talking to her or if you're talking to Crook. And then we've given them all of Marla Hughes' information as well. And
thank you, Claire.
No, I sent it to you, but
I have it.
Well, we don't. I mean, you can show it if you want to, but the authorities.
She
have
knows.
it already.
If she watches,
done.
you know exactly what you sent
Yeah.
and what you've said.
Yeah.
You can pretend all
She's
day
not
that you never said.
And that's not protected
it,
speech.
but you know what
and
you
she's
said.
not protected in
Whether you
California.
forgot you said it or you're trying to
And
play it
so-
off like innocence.
So, justice.
Thank you, Claire.
Justice takes a long time, and these individuals,
Especially
all of them,
in this county.
all of them, Victoria Munsell, will be brought to justice. Now, whether Florida does that or whether Ohio does that,
Or a different agency does it.
or I wasn't gonna show all the cards, but
Well, the
it will
chat's showing
happen.
it, and I know she reaches.
it
she
will
reads.
happen. And so the same will happen with Marla Hughes. None of what they've done. Some of what they've done is protected speech, and I'll continue to fight for their protected speech. But these individuals are inciting hate. These individuals are citing crime. These individuals are citing... It goes on and on and on. It's not protected. It's not protected at all. And so proper authorities will take care of things within their appropriateness of timing.
Welcome,
they are
Mary
not... They will not get away with it. They will not. I can assure you they will not get away with it, and we will continue to pursue all to the highest extent of the law. We will continue to pursue. And they daily
Thank you, I
incriminate
am
themselves
sane.
more and more and more. And to that, it may sound hypocritical, but all we can say is thank you. I mean, how stupid can somebody be to continue to incriminate themselves? Even Lynette has finally shut up. Lynette served with a federal suit, and she's finally shut up. I mean, that's amazing in itself that she can actually keep that toothless mouth shut. But by the way, me saying toothless mouth, that's protected speech.
And that's something
me
that should have
exercising my
occurred
First
as
Amendment.
soon as her and Crook received the cease and desist letter back in May.
May 13th, 2023.
And instead,
Shoulda
she
shut up.
posts publicly that she's going to ignore it.
Should have shut up.
Yeah.
Taking pictures at our gate in 2021 saying, hearts on the mend. We're finally moving. Our new neighbors, what the Hales.
With the woman who told him the only reason why Lynette moved to Otter Creek is to be close to you. Because I remember he called me as soon as he was done meeting with them, visiting with them, with the tractor, when she asked him about the tractor.
Which is normal because we have to with new people to make sure that we're safe. So whenever we're meeting somebody, I mean, there's certain safety precautions that we have. Now, there are some individuals, such as we got to meet a fan for lunch yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we
met Mary.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
Half
we've
Mill
met
Time to Grill.
we've met Mary at Half Mill Time to Grill, and
Thank
we've
you,
actually
Jeff.
she's a collector. We've actually purchased some stuff from us, and then we got to meet her and her grandson yesterday at Bubba Q's, and even then, like, I noticed we're with Mary, which we trust Mary, and we obviously trust her grandson, and so we already know Mary. Everything's fine, but even then, every person that walked through that door, George immediately.
Oh, well, now I'm positioned to where I'm facing the door.
And then me, every time that door made noise.
Every time we go out to eat, I'm gonna sit in a chair where I could see who's coming in and out of that door. It's just I have.
And we know they've already trespassed Stephen Cunningham, the rat.
Yeah.
Stephen Rat Cunningham. We already know they've trespassed him. And we know the DA.
Trinity.
We know the DA has all the information, and we're just waiting for the DA to actually put out his warrant for arrest. But the
DA here is the same thing as the state attorney.
So even in a very positive thing, we had time that we could go meet Mary, meet her grandson, which was a ton of fun. He made us all kinds of origami, cool, super cool stuff.
He's
like
super cool kid.
super cool kid making super cool
Thanks,
stuff.
Wolverine.
I'm like, how in the world did you learn how to do all this? He's like, I watch YouTube videos. I'm like, what? And he's just making origami, and then he made a gator, and then it turned into something else and something else. And I'm like, oh my goodness, he's so artistic. And even in that positive of us wanting to continue to build
Kate.
relationships and meet new people, we're still on edge, and we're watching doors.
Yeah.
And I even had a conversation with my friend today. I'm sure some of you probably watch Avery's All In.
Thanks,
so
Maxie.
that's Roy and Lisa, and we've grown very fond of them. They are storage unit buyers up north as well. And so Roy called me, and Roy and I were talking, and Roy and Lisa are in an interracial relationship, and obviously we're in an interracial relationship as well. And I know you guys watching, you don't go, oh my goodness, you're interracial.
Welcome, G. Holmes.
And so even if we're just friends, which sometimes we are and sometimes we're not, even if we're just friends, it's still interracial. And so down here in this area, some people embrace it and they're like, yeah, melting pot. We're all made in God's image and God is good. And that's the reality, right? We all are made in God's image, and the diversity is incredible. And it's God's image to hate somebody of a different color, to hate somebody of a different gender, to hate somebody who's different than you is to hate God. I hope you grasp that in this aspect of bigotry and racism. And so they're in a relationship as well. And I'm always telling them, I'm always like, come on down, come on down, come on down, come on down. And then today I'm like, I can't wait to get home and just see you guys. I can't wait to get home and see all the gang. I can't wait to get home to the friends, you know. And he's like, well, it's snowing today. I was like, I still can't wait to get home, Roy. And so, you know.
Uncle Bo says, amen, Jeremy. Preach it, Jeremy.
I don't
The
know
chat
what it is
saying
down
amen.
here. I mean, ignorance.
God is good.
I mean, who cares? Who cares about somebody's culture? Who cares about somebody's skin color? Care about their heart. And what we've noticed down here is there are those who have no heart. And it is mind-boggling to me. But then again, God gave me a heart. God gave me a heart for
Thank
people.
you, Todd.
And so I can't, It's very hard for me to take my mind or my heart and put it in somebody else's head and see through their mind and their heart. I can't grasp it. I can't understand that aspect. Now, if somebody's a jerk because their heart is bad, they're a jerk. I agree with you. They're a jerk. I think Judge Thomas is a jerk. I also think that he and I would get along just fine outside of the courtroom. Under different circumstances, he and I would be friends. I also believe that. But I don't care his age. I just care that he's being a jerk in court.
We don't discriminate when it comes to age.
There is no
gender
discrimination. My goodness.
Ethnic background.
How Lynette and Crook have gone on to say that I hate women and that I hate. Okay, so first of all.
Hold on a second. If you hate women and you target women, does that make John Cook a chick? Because we don't like him at all.
Well, I definitely don't think he's got any long driveway.
We don't have any respect for Russell either. Does that make him a woman?
We both know they have short driveways. So here's the craziest part of this. So they say that I hate women. Then they have one of their fans, and by the way, they are public personalities with all the hundreds of GoFundMes and the many double digits Facebooks and running for office. And
they're all saying he's a hideous chick.
So here's the craziest part. They have one of their fans, their supporters, create a fake Instagram, and it says this is what Jeremy Hales is looking at, and it's all boobs and butts. And I'm sitting there, we're laughing,
Marietta,
and George is going, how do they know it wasn't me? And I'm going, what did they just prove? I like women. So what? The reality is I love women, okay? And so
you love people.
Well, sure. But their attack is Jeremy hates women. No, I love
She's doing
people's
good,
hearts.
Siggy.
I love people's hearts. And so they go on so much so to make a fake Instagram stating that that I was looking at all these boobs and butts.
Yeah.
And then we're sitting there laughing about it going, so what did they prove? I love women. And then she goes, well, how did they know it was you? Could have been me.
Could have been me.
So
jokingly, obviously.
They don't even know who manages our Instagram account.
It could be someone completely different. Not even you or I.
They don't know who manages our accounts. They don't know who has access to your accounts. By the way,
Sherry says Jeremy hates liars and crooks.
That I do. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, DUI guy. We can't believe it. You know what? If we haven't offended somebody in every single one of our videos, we would have been at 1 million years ago.
We would have been at 700 million.
Yeah, we always joke, no matter what we do, no matter what video we make, we offend somebody.
Oh, yeah.
And then people have to make a point. I'm unsubscribing. Okay. So I'm like, all right, that's fine.
Us giving away free stuff offends people.
It's amazing.
You can't make people happy. You can't make it all happy.
It's amazing.
So when you start hearing hate and complaints towards the good that you do, you learn to just brush it off and ignore it.
Those people are just miserable, and they want to make you miserable with them. So it's wild.
Sorry, Denise, but thank you.
Which, by the way, DUI guy and his gal are in Florida, but they're 5+ hours away.
Yeah, you guys are so far away.
But
I wish you guys were so much closer.
I hope you understand as well that the one tourist attraction that everybody comes to Florida for, Turd Purgatory.
I thought you were going to say Otter Creek.
Well, Turd Purgatory is in Otter Creek. So, you get a free composting bucket toilet with
It's not open to the public.
Oh, well, she used to be open to the public.
That's part of the scam, that it's not open to the public, but you can leave donations at the end of the driveway.
Yeah. She literally made a post.
Next to the futon gate.
She made a post. We have the screenshot of it. Anybody comes in my driveway, I'm going to pop a cap in your blank. And then it goes, P.S. Donation boxes at the end of the driveway. Anybody wants to drop anything off.
Such a joke. Such a joke.
I mean, you can't make it up. Hollywood has got nothing on Otter Creek. Like it's wild. Goodness. But they went to Miami to South Beach, where the world comes right here. You
missed out, Larry.
The planet
you
comes.
You should have came to
Otter Creek. There's no beach, but there is a beach across the street from us. All right. I hope you got that one. Okay. Now, that being said, I still do love people. I do not like being lied to. I don't like theft. I don't like those things.
Jay.
And I will call a spade, and I'll call it out. And so, again, one of the reasons why we're not going anywhere is because
we're not going to let them win. I think they win if we lose.
Otter Creek needs to be a better place. What about Carl and Mandy raising their daughter here? What about Ben and his wife, his daughter? What about the Hudsons? Okay, the Hudson sisters. You know the Hudson sisters.
Grandma Gail and Crystal and Eric.
And Brian, and I want Brian back. I want Brian back. I even talked to Brian at the beginning of the year. I'm like, you think your mama would let you come up to Ohio and work with us for 6 months, and then we come back down? And it's just something we can't do right
Amy.
now.
People just do the right thing.
It's as simple as it is. It's just doing the right thing, and we're not going to leave these people in this mess. And
then our followers who are sticking up for us and standing by our side, they lose too if we walk away.
Yep, that's true.
I refuse to walk away.
No matter how bad it gets, there is no walking away from this. This is a fundamental fight for freedom of speech.
At this point, we are committed and we want justice. I think everyone could agree.
And this is a fundamental fight to protect a child who needs protecting. And again, I should emphasize, in my opinion, it is my opinion, but what I've seen with my own eyes, what I know from what others have shared with me from their own eyes, from the others that she has done this to, and the stories that have come up. And by the way, there are many who are reaching out to us. There are many, many reaching out to us. We are not the first Judge Thomasis has ever done this to. We're not the first. We won't be the last. Judge Thomasis has done this to others, and we want to help them share their story as well. Joshua Silverman has done this to others, and there are others coming out every single day and that we are in communication with, and we want to share their story of what has happened. It's important that this stuff doesn't get swept under the rug, because if they keep doing it, they're going to do it to more people. They're destroying lives.
Yeah.
They're literally destroying people's lives.
It's enabling them to continue that pattern of behavior. And so whether part of God's plan was to put us here to expose our crazy neighbors and her background and what she's done to destroy other people's lives.
We're not the first.
We're definitely not the first that she's attacked.
But one of the reasons we have these right now is because some of the people coming forward want their voice disguised.
There are individuals that want their voices disguised, and some are watching right now.
Jennifer.
And these are the microphones that we talked about to disguise your voice on YouTube.
And so we have these here at the schoolhouse now to help protect their identity, because some of them are still in the midst of these trials with the Thomasis, with what Silverman's done to them, what the Thomasis has done to them. And so there are many coming forward and reaching out to us. There are those who are coming forward with what LineNet has done to them as well. And we're going to continue to shed light on this darkness. And there are dark days for us. There are very dark days for us.
And it's not just here in Levy County. This happens all over the planet. But not everyone has a voice or the courage to speak up and to share.
Well, and the other thing is, not everybody thinks anybody wants to hear it either, and they think, well, would they ever listen to me?
Yeah,
we care. We care. We want to hear it. We want to share it. We want people to know. Put light on this darkness. This is not okay. Destroying people's lives through this corrupt process in the legal system is not okay. You can't take the constitutional First Amendment right and throw it out the door and a judge go, well, I'll do whatever I want to do. I'm God. No, you cannot.
This is the same man that can do 10 of these cases and hearings in less than an hour.
Well, let's hear it from his own voice, since he is God. Since he is God, we should hear it from him. I'm going to need you on the microphone again.
Okay.
And let's see what we got here. We got to hear it from him because he's the man.
5 cases in an hour and a half, maybe 6, I don't know. Sometimes I resolve 10 in less than an hour.
Whoa!
Boom!
Bam!
You heard
Boom!
it first
Shakalaka!
here.
Judge DeThomasis. Woo! 6 minutes per case, no break.
That was mentioned on the very first hearing. So if
hearing.
you want to go back and binge watch or watch these other channels that are watching it, that are airing it and doing commentary, that was during the first hearing. Thank you,
6
Linda.
minutes per hearing, and he has the audacity to bring
be
up
so butthurt
Mark
over 15
Feather.
minutes.
Now he brings up Mark Feather every 6 minutes. Your co-counsel, Mark Feather, said 15 minutes.
No, he brings them up every 15 minutes.
I swear, when I finally get a chance to talk, if I ever do in front of this man, I'm going to remind him, oh, I'm sorry, Judge, I thought you said you could do this in 6 minutes.
You should say, may I play a recording for you? And then go up to the bench like Lynette did, like he let her do, and play that clip to him.
Now, he's out of the case as
Thank
of
you,
right
Rick.
now, okay? Everything is on pause in county court, and it's up to the higher court to actually decide, are they going to disqualify him? Will they allow him to continue to hear this case? Now, all signs point to disqualification. So he's like, I have a temporary injunction on me. It's not permanent. He's temporarily removed from the case. He can do nothing. He has no power.
Legal Vices is in the house. He just sent 10,000, whatever that is. In,
thank you.
I forget which country he's in. Korea, maybe?
Thank you so much. And so the judge is temporarily removed. So when we put out a video this week and said, hey, the judge is removed finally, he is removed. He has no power at all right now. Nothing.
Is liabilities part of the writ for the judge? Because he may have caught it from Lynette.
That's true.
The liabilities.
She did all of those hearings with no mask.
Thank you, Harriet.
So except the last one. So she could have spread the liabilities
when
to
she
DeThomasis.
came up to the bench.
Yeah, she could have. So he has been removed. He has literally no power. He can say nothing, do nothing, hear nothing. He has no power. He is removed. Now, if the higher ups determine that he goes back, then he's back on it. But right now, he's powerless. He can't do anything at all. And so he is removed. It's temporary, like my injunction, except...
Well, he can do something. He can go back and watch hearing one a dozen times.
Oh, yeah, he could do that,
Thank
too.
you, Victor.
He actually mentions that he watched the hearing a dozen
hearing
times.
two.
Hearing two, he mentions, I went back and I watched it half a dozen times. Why is the judge going back to hearing one and watching it half a dozen times? Because he's taking notes on what he's going to do. He already determined Jeremy's getting an injunction, and these are the sanctions. I'm going to do this and this and this and this. That's called bias. That is complete and total bias, which is why he's not Judge DeThomasis. He's Judge DeBiasis.
DeBiasis.
Big DeBiasis. Big like my driveway is big. He's got some big old DeBiasis.
Judge DeTortoises.
Listen, let's
Maybe
not go
he's a
that
tortoise
far.
lover. Thanks, Jamie.
He's either a pole stripper lover or a tortoise lover. Maybe both. Maybe she combines them both. Who knows? Who knows over there? It's in that. It's in that. It's in that beautiful outdoor bathroom. Which then, when called on upon it by the
you,
EPA,
Philip. Welcome.
all of a sudden it's to scrub turtles. Yeah. Okay. Debunked yet again. My goodness, the lies, the pathological lying, not the psychological, like she said in
Welcome,
court.
Audrey.
The pathological lying that comes out of that woman's mouth is off the charts.
Oh my goodness.
Off the charts. So, number one, I
Thank
do.
you, Connie.
I do want to share that it has been stressful, and you're
Thank
holding
you, Redneck
back
Treasure.
all of that, and you got to see some of that come out in the sheriff's station. The emotion, the raw emotion of just feeling powerless.
Whether that lieutenant changed his attitude, because you can kind of see it in the body language, we don't know. Or maybe he just didn't see it coming.
Being 6'2", 230 pounds, and built like a brick house is, it comes with, my employees used to tell me, they're like, you're old man strong. In other words, they're like, we can't believe you can pick these things up, move these things, and do these things at your age. You're old man strong, stronger than a young man.
Crazy grandma.
And so as a man, you feel like you're powerful. right? But yet you're powerless in all of these situations. They hide behind a badge. They hide behind assaulting you in barbecues, and then no, if you punch them back, you go to jail too. So you're really held powerless in the court system as well. And to have your fundamental rights taken away from you. We're talking about freedom of speech. We're talking about the ability to bear arms and protect ourselves. And yet you've seen multiple times, number one, I'm assaulted and battered by the rat. And then we have a death threat. A hit comes out to us, and they're taking away my right to protect myself. They're taking away my right to protect Deanna. They're taking away my right to protect George. Taking my right to protect anybody that I invite on my property.
Especially when you're not the one who pulled out a firearm and brandished it for no reason, and then twirled it in the air.
Never, ever, ever would be that irresponsible or ever do that to anybody. And so they've taken away access to all of my property. They've taken away my ability to legally drive on my own road. I have more frontage than anybody else on that road. Frontage right across the street from Lynette and Crook. Currently, Lynette and Crook's property. Emphasis on currently, because I do believe that is going to drastically change. And yet, this judge has no legal authority to do any of these things. And yet he's still doing it. Not to mention lack of due process, speedy trial, and the list can go on and on.
Thank you, Positive Life.
$125,000 in legal fees right now. Levy County deputies haven't even arrested them yet. And if I would have showed up at the town hall meeting, I would have been immediately arrested and jailed. Immediately.
Well, if they show up this month actually to town hall, I'm requesting that they get arrested, because this isn't that was not their first warning. It's up to a dozen times now.
Well, so help me God. So help me God. Ohio isn't going to play these games with them anymore. And so we've already shared this. They don't have the paperwork yet. They will receive the paperwork yet. They are going for contempt of court yet again. And Ohio courts are mandating that they show up in person. There will be no more Zoom. They will be showing up in person. They will be arrested and jailed in person. And if they don't show, there will be a warrant for their arrest and they will be jailed. And if Florida won't do their job, I will pay the appropriate people to do the job and extradite them to Ohio, where they will pay the consequences for what they continue to do. And she's sitting there going off saying Silverman told her to be there. Listen, I don't think he's that great of a lawyer, but I don't think he's that bad. This is just Lynette doing what Lynette does, blaming everything on everyone and never taking responsibility for what she has done. I wonder how her lawyer, Joshua Silverman, feels about that. I mean, I hope he's watching. And if
he's not watching,
Brent is watching.
His legal team is watching.
I'm sure Brent is the one that's being told to watch, because Brent as a paralegal is much cheaper than Joshua.
Well, he showed up to Feather's hearing. He didn't need to be there. Why was he there?
And so it is Brent that's watching, and I'm sure Brent saw and showed Silverman Lynette stating to the deputies that Silverman told her to be there. No lawyer is going to incriminate their call Silverman. Yes, from the deposition. Call Silverman! As Crook is illegally listening to everything right next to the door.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The man is literally sitting right next to the door the entire time.
It is wild. It literally is wild. And so, I don't think in a million years he said that to her. And I would love when this is all done. It's not appropriate during the process, but I would love when it's all done to know what he thought when he saw that and heard that. Because I guarantee
Thank you, Lynn.
He probably wasn't happy. Or the other aspect is he's thinking, boy, there's one way I can get all this taken care of. Just get her jailed and I'm out. And then it's her and not me. That could be his route too. Like, holy crap. He's thinking, I had no idea what I got myself into. Now I'm all over. This could destroy.
Welcome, Debbie.
This literally could destroy his entire practice. Like, this could destroy his entire practice. This is going all over the world. This woman could destroy his entire practice, and nobody deserves that. He doesn't deserve that. And this is what could happen to him. And I'm sure he is now second guessing why he ever said yes. And maybe the reality is maybe he's actually putting her in positions to be arrested, so it all goes away.
Thank you, Lynn. And
he's not the bad guy in it. That could be as well. Very, very well could be. I mean, lawyers are always playing a chess game and trying to stay a move ahead, and that may be his way out of it, is going, you know what? I'm going to tell her to incriminate herself. Or she is a pathological liar. Nah, you know what? People, you can predict what people do based on their patterns in life. Guy. She's a pathological liar. She's lying.
Oh, for sure.
She's lying.
Just like the governor stepped in and...
The governor stepped in and cleared us of all child abuse. Yeah, no, never happened. Never, ever, ever happened. Ever.
Thank you, Jeff.
Okay, we do have mail, and I know everybody's got a ton of questions. By the way, Mark Feather should be with us next week. We had to reschedule, not a problem, and we'll have a ton of fun with Mark Feather next week. And if it's not next week, we will have Mark Feather soon. But what else do we got going on here tonight? By the way, I know what we have going on. We are going to have a little fun with some items that we have found in storage units, but Cedar Key, the food bank, dropped off Beanie Babies, and apparently some of them have error tags on them that were donated to them, and they reached out to us and they said, Jeremy, will you auction these off, and would you be willing to sell these for us? And so Beanie Babies are going to be the first item up tonight for auction, and all of that money is going to go straight back to Cedar Key Food Bank.
Yeah.
So even in the midst of all this bad,
you, JoJo's mom,
we're still going to have an opportunity to do something good here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you want to prep?
We're all about it. And once we give them the money back to Cedar Key, I also have a ton of socks, brand new socks that we found in a storage unit.
Some more socks, more gloves.
And then there were some socks that trickled in that you guys sent in. I still have those to give to them. And so I did start a box, so that'll go to them also. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, thank you so much. So do you want to... We'll get mail next week, I promise.
Okay.
We'll get mail next week. And you want to transition into the auction?
Yeah.
While I gotta go get more water, because Deanna got me hooked on this stuff again.
Cherry limeade is actually really good. It doesn't leave a weird taste in your mouth. By the way, we're not sponsored by them. We just like drinking it. So yeah, let's.
And I have to get more water. I'll never make this through.
Let's switch gears and go into our live bulk sale. If this is your first time attending one of our live bulk sales, first things first, make sure you are in live chat, not top chat. Super important here. That way, Jeremy and myself, along with our moderators and everyone at home, sees the live chat happening in real time as close as possible. If you're watching from the Facebook platform and you don't plan on bidding or claiming anything tonight, you can stay where you are and watch. But if you want to bid on an item or you want to claim an item, make sure you hop onto the YouTube platform. Make sure you subscribe. It is for free. And then that way you can participate in the live chat. We will have, I want to say 3 lots that are going to go up for auction this evening, and then the rest are claim to fame, buy it now. We do sell and or auction bulk lots, and then for all of the buy it now lots, we will announce what the buy it now price is. And then when our moderator Flipping Adventures types go, go, go in the live chat, I will show one item, and then the first person to claim it in the live chat buys that lot. And then when we go into the auction, Jeremy will do a 1 minute countdown. I don't like that one. That one leaves a weird taste in the mouth. Jeremy will throw up a 1 minute countdown, and then the highest bidder at the time that our moderator types sold in the live chat is the winner of that lot.
1 minute countdown.
5 cases in an hour and a half.
This
maybe
is what
6,
my countdown is.
Sometimes I resolve 10 in less than an hour.
That's my countdown. Be ready.
Once we get into the claim to fame lots, you'll have the option of either being surprised or you have the option of showing it all. Most people like to be surprised, and it makes the sale go quicker, and my back thanks you for it. If you live outside of the United States, you're more than welcome to bid or claim. Just know your country's custom laws and if there's any import fees. Also keep in mind that there will be additional shipping costs. Those shipping costs vary anywhere between $50 and $200 based on the weight of the package, the dimensions, and where you are located in the world. We ask that all buyers send us your email immediately after every sale. Jeremy will remind you throughout the sale and the auction.
When we just said Lynette has kept her mouth shut, she just opened it and she put up her GoFundMe. Look at that.
We ask that all buyers send us your contact information immediately to whatthehales@yahoo. We will display the email address on the screen once we get into the sale. We want your YouTube name. We want your YouTube screen name, your real name, your mailing address, your high bid amount or your claim it amount, and the name of the lot that you are going to buy. I will send an invoice this evening via PayPal. You don't have to have a PayPal account in order to pay the invoice. You'll have the option of using either your debit card, your bank card, your credit card, or your PayPal account. Keep in mind that everything is sold as is. There's no guarantees. There's no returns. We sell these items off to you as we find them in the abandoned storage units or wherever we source the items from. At the end of the sale, you'll have a chance to win a free item.
I can't believe
based
it.
on a trivia question that Jeremy will be asking. I'll have two lucky winners this evening. And then just as a reminder, make sure you guys refresh in between every lot. And then make sure you switch from top chat to live chat. I can't stress enough how important that is. Make sure you switch from top chat to live chat. And then there are YouTube glitches. Unfortunately, it's out of our control. It's frustrating for us. It's frustrating for you guys. But we are at the mercy of them. So if we can't see what you're typing in the chat, if our moderators aren't confirming your high bid amount or your claim amount in the chat, that means no one can see it. So maybe try typing a $sign in front of it or a $sign after it. For example, if the buy it now price is 100, type a $sign in front of the 100.
That is from the most famous lawyer in all the world, Mark Feather. He is famous. Feather! Can I show you guys something? So
one more thing before you go into that. Please do not claim or bid on anything if you have no intentions of paying this week as well. That will get you banned and you won't be able to participate in any future lives.
We got a special gift for Randy for the next time we go into court with Judge Craig DeThomas's.
That was supposed to be a surprise.
It is. Randy's not watching.
They do watch.
No, he's not watching. He's not watching. We have to iron it. She bought it brand new, but apparently we got to iron it. So I wanted it to match. I wanted it to match his suit, and I wanted it to be blatantly obvious. And so this is what George came up with. So
way to ruin the surprise.
It's not a surprise. He's not watching. It'll still be a surprise.
Well, the judge is going to see it. That was supposed to be a surprise for the judge too.
Well, then we'll know for sure that the judge is actually watching. No doubt. No doubt at all. Okay. All right. Am I up now? Okay. Apparently I'm up. There's a bug. And let's see what's going on here. I've got to set things up here or I get in trouble. All right. All right. For those sending super chats, we truly appreciate it. I have to readjust here and add George. She likes this better. Swing on over here. Maybe I need to shave. Am I getting a little scruffy? I might be getting a little scruffy. Okay. All right. Oh, you're right, Mark. He just messaged me. He says, "Hey, there's no S." I know there's no S. I actually have his. It was probably autocorrect. I'm editing it right now. There is no S. It's Mark Feather, not Feathers. And Mark, It's officially fixed. Officially fixed right there. Okay. All right. Do I have a countdown from you? George is going to send me the countdown. We're going to start here tonight with the first lot that is going to go toward Cedar Key Food Bank. Somebody donated these Beanie Babies from what they messaged me, and I have not checked any of them. George has looked, but I haven't. I think Deanna might have peeked as well. But from what they messaged me, there could be tag errors. And I haven't looked at them, and so I don't know any errors, but no guarantees. Everything is as is. All right, so she's messaging me the countdown right now. She's going to start showing here in a little bit. So just a reminder, $25 starting bid, free shipping here in the United States, additional shipping outside the United States. Everything is as is, no guarantees and no returns. We try and represent everything as best as possible.
I added this to
this.
What they donated, which we didn't get to meet with who donated. They just left it at the gate.
I'm
Jessica was actually the one who found it.
Yeah, I just messaged and said go ahead and leave it at the gate. I'm going to go ahead and full screen George. And so she's going to start showing. She's going to show pretty quickly. So be prepped, be ready. And okay, I just got in trouble because Randy is watching, so there's no surprise anymore.
Sorry, Randy.
And Mark Feather says, no S, there is only one of me, baby.
That was supposed to be a surprise, Randy.
I've already told him we had a surprise, so he got surprised. It's all right. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Just a reminder, this is for Cedar Key Food Bank. So purchase price tonight will all go towards Cedar Key Food Bank. These were donated to the Cedar Key Food Bank. And for their benefit, they asked if we wouldn't mind selling them. We've been happy to work with them as they continue to help residents in Levy County, which we are all about helping individuals in Levy County and beyond. And frankly, we've had the opportunity to help people all over the world, which we truly enjoy. And so, $25 is the starting bid. You can start bidding anytime you want. I see people already bidding up to 125, 125. I see 129 as well. All kinds of bids coming in here. Looks like 129 is the high bid right now. I got to retrain myself to start looking at the screen.
All right, I'm ready for the timer.
All right, George says she's ready for the timer, which means... Thank you, Bonnie Godson. We appreciate it. We truly appreciate the love and support. So that is the lot there. Beanie Babies, everything goes to Cedar Key Food Bank right there. Just a reminder, $25 starting bid, free shipping here in the United States. Everything is as is, no guarantees, no returns. You got to bid fast. You got to bid furious because you got 1 minute to win it. Here we go. 1 minute to win it. Right now on the Beanie Baby lot, this will all go towards Cedar Key Food Bank. I see 140 is the high bid right now. I see all kinds of bids coming in. I see Beatrice at 130. I see Dawn says BP's at 135 and Granny Nas at 140. Now Sandra Kelly's at 200. 200 with Sandra Kelly right now. 200 is high bid. 200 is high bid with about 35 seconds left to go. All right. Diane Country Hut says that Blackie the Bear is worth something. Not sure which one it is, but apparently she knows.
We haven't checked them.
We have not checked any of them. They were dropped off. We said we would sell them and give all the benefit to the Cedar Key Food Bank right here. So we got about 15 seconds left. High bid right now is 200. Sandra's high bidder at 200 right now with about 12 seconds. Yeah, one of them. Oh, that might be the one right there. Is this the one that's supposed to be worth something? Maybe. That might be him right there. Maybe. All right, 3, 2, 1. Anita says the walrus is 2. All right, let's see what's happening. 200's high bid right now going once. 200's high bid going twice. 200 once, 200 twice, and sold! 200 to the Cedar Key Food Bank. And we're taking socks and gloves and the whole deal. Nice job, Sandra. Sandra, here's what you're going to do. You're going to send us your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your bid amount of $200, and let George know it's the Beanie Baby lot. You're going to send all that info right there, whatthehales@yahoo.com. And when she gets that message, which hopefully is tonight, you want to send it as soon as possible, she will find your message. She will send you a personalized invoice this evening before the night is over. Just a reminder, anybody that sends us messages, we get thousands of messages on all of our platforms every single day. And so there are auto responses that will kick in with frequently asked questions. Don't worry about that. George will go through and she will find your message, okay? She will find your message. All right, this is
another
actually
auction.
another auction lot right here. This is a comic auction lot. I'm going to go ahead and full screen, George. Just a reminder, $25 starting bid, free shipping here in the United States, additional shipping outside the United States. Everything is as is, and no guarantees, no returns. We found these in the Jacksonville unit that we paid roughly a lot for.
It was
and
the
there
one
was
with the scooter.
Yeah, it had the scooter in it that we still don't have a key for, and we don't know if it works. But this is the comic book lot. We've got Robert Ibanez is in at 25 right now. Jeff H came in at 30. 30 is live bid right now. Julie Schwartz, they just came in at 45. 45. And Jada, you are back up on the Beanie Babies at 145. Jada, as a backup bidder, you can send all your information to whatthehales at yahoo.com as well. Just a reminder, feel free to refresh. Make sure you refresh, and that way when you snipe, you're going to be okay.
Some of the comic books are in a sleeve dust protector, and then others are not.
High bid right now is 56. 56. No, Big P came in at 60. Big P sounds like me with my big driveway. Big P is in at 60. I see a 58 and a 66 and a 70. Chris Weaver's now in at 70. 70 is in. Nemo Fish just bid a feather! 15 minutes!
15 feathers!
15 feathers. Positive Life Force is now at 75. 75 is the high bid right now. 75 is the high bid. Oh, is that He-Man? No, it's E-Man. I thought it was He-Man in the beginning. It's E-Man. I thought it was He-Man. I started collecting He-Man again. Remember, I'm trying to get everything from my 80s childhood.
What about She-Ra? Is that in your collection?
That's all you. I'm into She-Ra's now.
She-Ra!
I wasn't back then. In the 80s, I wasn't into She-Ra's. I was into circle, circle, dot, dot, and now I got my cootie shot. $80 is the high bid right now. Action Comics, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. 85 is the high bid right now. 85 is the high bid. These were found in a storage unit in Jacksonville less than a month ago, I believe. Now we got a $100 bid going on. $100 bid right now. $100 bid and Subatomic Shock.
Right, get ready for the timer.
So super cool. Super, super cool.
Troll.
Oh, Halloween special.
And
Nice.
Another troll. Get
Another
ready
troll.
for the timer. I'm ready.
All right, George says she's ready for the timer right now. High bid is a 100. Remember, $25 starting bid, free shipping here in the United States, additional shipping outside the United States. Everything is as is, no guarantees, no returns. Try and represent everything as best as we possibly can. We have not looked up prices or comps on any of this. It's all up to you bidding. You got to bid fast. You got to bid furious. You got 1 minute to win it. Let's do this. Right now, we've got a $100 bid on the comics. $100 bid right now on the comics. No! Marcus just came in at 101. JK said he trolls. Can you imagine when JK and Debbie Vaughn take over the channel?
They're gonna troll their
and they're
own
gonna
channel.
troll. They're gonna troll their own channel. They will. They will troll their own channel.
They'll be wearing ties with moles on them.
Yep. Or feathers.
Or
might be
like
feathers.
Legit feathers.
Legit feathers. Yeah, they're gonna have legit feathers. Peacock feathers probably. Because they're going to inherit our peacocks as well. 110 is the high bid right now with about 20 seconds left to go. 120 seconds left to go with 110. Peacock says chat is lagging. That's typically, you need to refresh. That's usually your download speed. 110 is the high bid right now. Trinity Meadows just came in at 115. 115 is the high bid right now. 115 is the high bid with 4, 3, 2, 1. 115 is the high bid. Renee Ward just came in at 120. Positive Life Force came in at 120 as well. Dave Kaboom came in at 125. 125 is the high bid. 125 is the winning bid. It is Dav Kaboom. Boom! Just like that. Boom shakalaka. All right. Dav Kaboom. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to send us your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your bid amount of 125, and tell George it was comic book lot number one, which if you're paying attention,
wink, wink.
if she puts it number 1, that means there's going to be a number 2. All right? You can't have the lightning without the thunder, baby. Right? You got 1 and a 2. All right, backup bid is Positive Life Force. All right, Positive Life Force, your backup, or did I get it wrong? Nope, I think we got it. It's Renee. Renee, you're backup at 120. All right, so Renee, what you can do is you can send all that same information right there, whatthehales at yahoo.com. Anything happens, you get it for your backup bid. Okay, this next one is not a bid. This is a claim to fame. We're going to have a little fun. Claim to fame. Are you going to put the price in there? You going to put the price in here? All right, I got it. All right. This one is a claim to fame. With the claim to fame, George will start showing different individual pieces of the lot. The very first person that actually claims it for the price, you famed it. It's all yours. And then you have a choice. Do you want to be surprised, mystery box coming to you, or do you want to see it all? All right, so she's going to start, and the claim to fame amount is $201. $201. I'm going to go ahead and full screen her. $201. Country Tree Girl, thank you so much for the $5. Flippin' Adventures just said go, go, go. 201 is the claim to fame. After Flippin' Adventures says go, 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 which she has, the first person to claim within the chat at $201 wins the claim to fame. This definitely looks like this is a Disney pin lot. I'm definitely thinking this is a Disney pin lot.
Toy Story.
Oh, it's Toy Story even. Huh. Interesting.
Story.
I didn't realize that. It's still up for grabs.
This one spins.
201 is still the claim to fame here on all. Well, you're gonna get to see some more. But wait, there's more. 201 is the claim to fame amount here tonight on this lot. Apparently, there's some super cool stuff, and my goodness, you have a lot in. Whoa! BP just came in at 201. 201 is. Claim to fame is 201. All right, BP, what we need to know is, do you want to be surprised, BP? BP, do you want to be surprised? You got to see some of it. Do you want to see the rest of it? And we know a lot of you love to be surprised. BP, do you want to be surprised? We're waiting to see if BP wants to be surprised. BP usually wants to be surprised, right? Let's see what BP says. And BP says surprise!
Yeah!
Okay. It's super cool. It's super cool, though. Super, super cool. Super cool. All right. So, BP, you are going to get surprised, all right? You are going to be surprised. We are going to do one more auction, and then everything else after that is going to be a claim to fame like we just did. So, this one is going to be an auction, and it's going to be another comic book lot, okay? This is comic book lot number 2. Remember, $25 starting bid, free shipping here in the United States, additional shipping outside the United States. Everything is as is, no guarantees, no returns. We share it with you as we found it. This was in the Jacksonville unit where we found all the firearms, which, yes, I had to remove from my presence because of a temporary injunction that Judge DeBiasis placed on me, and in my opinion, very illegally, because he has to take Lynette's word as truth. It's the law. But he doesn't take any of mine.
This is the same judge that'll take a gas receipt.
Yeah, the same judge who will take a gas receipt from Lynette, but
mother
won't
died.
accept my flight tickets and my legal paperwork notarized for the contempt of court hearing. All right, on this right now, Chris Weaver's up to 70 on the comics right now. 70 is high bid. I just saw 76, 75. 80. Copperwise is now up to 80 on the comics. Ooh,
you would think that he would take her frivolous filings into consideration, that she's a lawyer.
Glorybird's now in at 100. 100 is high bid right now on these comics. This will be the last auction of the night. Everything else will be claim to fame. These are being auctioned off. Everything else tonight will be claim to fame. These are comics. You will receive a full box. Everything, George is showing you. You will receive a full box of comics here tonight. High bid right now is Glory at 100. Glory at 100 right now. Oh, the Punisher. Oh, the Flash. Oh, my goodness.
Is that the Punisher?
Yeah, that's the Punisher. Some good stuff. Oh, man, the Arrow as well. Oh, Nick Cage. Boy, there's some good stuff in there. Supergirl. I almost wanted to keep that one when I saw the Supergirl, and then I was like, I don't collect Supergirl. And
so that one's a 15 center.
Yep, there is a 15 center in there. For those of you who are checking right there, the Red Wolf, that's a 15 center right there. Okay, 110 now. That Red Wolf is worth looking up. We have not looked it up, but you might want to take the chance right now. Trinity's in at 110. Julie is now at 120. Yes, there is a 15 center in there. Julie is high bidder right now at 120. Georgia's still got a handful that she's going to show you. Quite a few comics here. That is now Trinity Mendoza is in at 121. Captain Thunder. Wow. All right, 121 is high bid right now with Trinity. Warriors of Plasm. There's so many good stories in
All right,
here.
I'm ready for the timer.
Elf Trek.
What's Elf Trek?
Elf Trek?
What?
It ain't Star Trek.
All right, I'm ready for the timer.
All right, George says she's ready. Just a reminder, $25 starting bid, free shipping here in the United States, additional shipping outside the United States. Everything is as is, no guarantees and no returns. Try and represent everything as best as possible. This came from the Jacksonville unit that you saw us purchase roughly a month ago. And high bid right now is $130. You got to bid fast, you got to bid furious. You got 1 minute to win it. Let's do this. Here we go. Trinity's high bidder right now at $130. I'm seeing some other bids coming in as well, but Trinity Meadows is still high bid. Marcus just came in at $135. You saw that 15-center. Marcus is now high bidder at $135. Trinity's backup bidder at $130. With about 40 seconds left to go. 40 seconds left to go. High bid right now. Matt just came in at $150. Matt's now in at $150. Matt's in at $150 with 30 seconds left to go. Remember, a minute to win it, but now you're under. You're under half a minute. We're now at Trinity Meadows with $155. $155 is high bid right now. Roberto just came in at $165. Roberto just came in at $165 with less than 20 seconds. Roberto is now at that 15 seconds, and he's at $165. Trinity Meadows is now at $170. 10 seconds left. Trinity is high bidder at $170. Puzzled Puzzler came in at $175 with 4, 3, 2, 1. Roberto just came in at $180. Roberto's in at $180 going once. Trinity just came in at $190. $190 going once, going twice. Sold to Roberto. Wow, Roberto. All right, Roberto. Here's what you're going to do. Roberto, you were in at 190. Wait, hold a second. Did I screw up?
Let the mods confirm it.
The mods are all saying they see Trinity Meadows at 190. Backup is Roberto. It's Trinity Meadows! I screwed it up! All right. So it is Trinity Meadows at 190. I'm sorry, Roberto. I make mistakes. I apologize. So Trinity Meadows, here's what you're going to do. You're going to send us your YouTube name, your real name. I don't know if Trinity Meadows is your real name. It very well could be, but send us both YouTube, real name, your bid amount of, your shipping address, your bid amount 190, and then let George know it's comic book lot number 2. Comic book lot number 2. Roberto, your backup at 180. And then you can send all your info right there as well at whatthehales@yahoo.com. Carol Bauman, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. Just a reminder, anybody who sends a message to whatthehales@yahoo.com, you will get an auto response, but don't worry, George will send invoices out this evening before we go home. All right, this next lot, this is a claim to fame. Claim to fame. $196 is the claim to fame. George will start showing one thing at a time, and then if you claim it for that amount, which is $196, then you can decide, do you want to be surprised or do you want to see it all? And Flippin' Adventure said go, go, go. So the claim to fame is up and ready at 196.
I didn't realize that these spin.
Super cool. Adair just came in at 196. Adair, do you want to be surprised? Adair just came in at 196. We just need to know, Adair, do you want to be surprised? Do you want to be surprised? All right, claimed by Adair. Adair, do you want to be surprised tonight? Or, let's see what Adair says. I'm waiting. This is so much fun being surprised. That's why we buy storage units. It's the surprise in every unit. It's so much fun. It really is. It's a ton of fun. So Adair is the claim to fame winner here tonight. And Adair says surprise.
All right.
Surprise. All right, Adair, you will be surprised. By the way, just so you're not utterly and totally surprised, you're receiving all of that. So just so you know, Adair, you're going to go ahead and you're going to send your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address. You're going to tell George it was 196 and it was Disney Pins number 2.
Epcot.
Or she wants me to tell you Epcot. Okay,
They're Epcot themed.
So Disney Pins Epcot, okay? Oh boy, here we go. All right. She's got $88 on this one, okay? $88 on this one. All right, this is a claim to fame. Once Flippin' Adventure says go, 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 you can go, go, go. I'm going to go ahead and she just said go, go, go. I'm giving George solo layout.
Right.
$88.
Skating Star Barbie. This is a 1995 Barbie.
Thank you, Sarah Annie Anderson, for the $2. We appreciate you. Truckers just came in at $88. It's already a done deal. Truckers came in at $88. Truckers 10. Truckers 10. All we need to know is, do you want to be surprised? It was Truckers 10 at $88. Remember, that is all with free shipping. And Truckers came in at 88 and getting this huge box right here, and probably already figured out it's all Barbies. $88. Let's see what Truckers says. Definitely said 88. I just got to see what Truckers says. Surprise!
All right.
I hope I didn't ruin the surprise, Truckers. All right, so $88 to Truckers. You're getting that big old box right there. And the next one, wait, hold a second. Don't do anything yet. Truckers, I forgot to tell you. You're going to send your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, and you're going to tell George it was $88 for Barbie's lot number 1. Now, those of you who can do math, I'm not talking about Mary Math is Scary, Mary DeGroot. You should understand what's happening next. And the claim to fame amount is $80. That's with free shipping. $80. Once Flippin' Adventure says go, go, go. Flippin' Adventure says go, go, go. And it's time to go, go, go. All right. $80 is what she wrote down. Keep in mind, I have nothing to do with this. William Barnett just came in at $80. William was the very first one. All right. William, do you want to be surprised? William, do you want to be surprised? Bam, right in there with 80, which, by the way, William, there's going to be a big box like you just saw before. And just waiting to see if William wants to be surprised. William, you're going to receive, William says surprise, you're going to receive this whole box. And there's enough to still be surprised for $80, okay? Enough to still be surprised, William. And so just a reminder, William, you're going to send your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame amount of $80, and tell George it was Barbie lot number 2. Barbie lot number 2. You're going to send everything right there, whatthehales@yahoo.com. All right, this next lot, I want to share that we have not cleaned any of these. There are some on the innards that are falling apart, and there are some that are in immaculate condition. It ranges, and it's huge. So when you see one, don't think they're all going to be the same. So I want to caution you. We're so transparent with things. I want to caution you before you actually bid. Now, there is a ton, and the claim to fame is $130. That's $25 free shipping, or with free shipping. So $130 is the claim to fame. Flippin' Adventures just said go, go, go. And now George is going to show. Here we go. $130 is a claim to fame.
Most of these hats were found from the same unit.
Which unit was it?
I don't know. You put it all together.
Oh, it was the one that we did with limb walkers in Brooksville.
Was it?
Yeah, you had all kinds of awesome ones. But that's where I'm telling them that some of them, like this one, the Daytona one.
It's like wood shavings.
Yeah, it needs, well, it's not wood shavings. It's the innards of the old hats. They were a foam, and they disintegrated because they're old. So I don't know if those can be cleaned. Well, I know they can be cleaned. I don't know if you probably wouldn't put new foam in them. But we know people that all they do is sell trucker hats on eBay. That is their entire livelihood, because people love trucker hats. Again, the claim to fame amount is $130, and this is a huge lot. Huge. Capital Y.
The H is silent.
H is silent, but the capital Y can be heard across the land. That is true. 130 is still the claim to fame. 130 is the claim to fame. And Shar says that Chief hat alone is worth $60. Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. There's some expensive caps out there, hats out there. Crafty Jen said, is it huger than your driveway? Come on, Crafty Jen, there's not many things bigger than the driveway. We still have to find out, is Ohio driveway or Florida driveway bigger? We still don't know. We have to do an official measurement to find out for sure. Everybody has their guesses. I'm not even sure what it is.
I say you time it.
How are you going to time it if you can't keep the same speed?
You keep the same speed and you time it.
Okay, you run and you time yourself keeping the same speed.
You know I can't run.
Well, what makes you think I'm going to be able to keep the same speed in a vehicle and time it? I don't know. I don't know what she's talking about, but I do know the claim to fame is $130. For example, that one of those hats needs a little cleaning. Some of them are...
OH!
I remember finding that one. I was like, I wonder if that's an Ohio hat or not. But if it is, it's old school. JK says we've entered the delusional phase of the live stream tonight. And Flippin' Adventure said, I-O!
Yay!
And so did Renee. And Roberto says Jeremy calls dibs on this. And Nicole says, congratulations on 700K subscribers. You deserve it. Thank you so much. And we appreciate subscribers, but we're more proud of 310 million views.
Well, another thing to brag about is our community.
Our community is amazing. As a matter of fact, LawTube has been finding out just how amazing this community is.
We've gotten so many compliments about.
Look at that old Pepsi hat. I love that. The LawTube, they've been covering Lynette and the Thomases and Silver
And they know
Scam.
that they're new and they don't have all the facts, and you guys have been so helpful with everything going on.
And they're just amazed at how loving this community is. And I still love it. I try and tell them birds of a feather flock together. And people who love and people who are generous with their time and with their funds and things along those lines, you know, they enjoy being together and spending time together. And I'm thrilled that other people are experiencing the love that comes from this community. I mean, truly, the love that comes from this community. And to see that love in its purest form, all you have to do is go back to Christmas in the Creek, which is just absolutely incredible. Incredible. Stat says you can wash all of these in the dishwasher. I think they have those plastic, they have the plastic hat washers too. And you can put it in the dishwasher and the whole deal. But some of these are just so cool. Remember, the claim to fame here is 130. And George is continuing to show the hats. I wonder if there's going to be a feather hat. Maybe that was the Chiefs hat. Mark Feather! This community is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
We don't know if this Gucci hat is real.
That is a Gucci hat that we found. It is not authenticated. Has not been authenticated. We don't do the authenticating, but you are more than welcome to get it authenticated and let us know. And if it's worth $1,000, we are going to say congratulations.
Here's some bandanas that are with the hat with the line.
James McDonald just came in at 130.
Woo!
James McDonald just came in at 130. All right. He saw that Gucci and he said, I'm going to find out if it's real or not.
The Porsche hat.
The Porsche hat is cool too. My favorite is the Pepsi hat. That vintage Pepsi hat is so stinking cool to me. It really is. I really like it. All right, James McDonald. Here's what you're going to do, even though you already know. You're going to go ahead and send George your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame at 130, and then let George know it was the hat lot, okay? All right, so you're going to let George know it was the hat lot. You're going to send the email right there, whathales@yahoo.com. George will get that message out to you or that invoice out to you tonight. And then let us know, James. Let us know if that Gucci hat is real. And all we do is we find it, we put it in. It was Kirsten who said she got the $2,800 purse, right? It was real. So Kirsten bought a purse lot from us. One of the purses was authentic. It was a $2,800 purse.
And Jamie said she got an expensive bear.
All right, Jamie got an expensive bear. I forget who got the gold from us. We sold gold, and
It was a gentleman or
watches, you name it. Okay, so we love it when you write us back and say you wouldn't believe it. The hat wasn't $1,000; it was $5,000. Let us know. We're thrilled. We will never, ever, ever be upset. That's the whole point. Is to pass it on to you guys, and so to have fun with it. All right, this is $101, and we may call this the old granny lot right here. $101. Once Flippin' Adventure says go, 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 which she just did. $101. $101.
like
Jennifer just came in at 101.
Woo!
Jennifer Rouche.
I think this was featured this week.
I'm sure it was. Jennifer just came in at 101. Remember, that's with free shipping. And thank you so much for the super chats, guys. We truly appreciate it. All right, Jennifer, do you want to be surprised? There is much more. Do you want to be surprised? We just got to find out if Jennifer wants to be surprised or not.
These have not been laundered.
So keep in mind, we have not washed them. We have not laundered them. What we do is we put them together, and then you can do whatever you want with them. I'm waiting to see if Jennifer wants to be surprised. That one was featured. She says, show me some. I don't think I showed the others because I found those later sorting. So Jennifer says, show me some. I do think I might have showed that one. I'm going to full screen.
The prettiest one.
I'm going to full screen. Yeah, that was the one that I liked. Again, we have not laundered any of these. So what we do is we send it to you to decide what you think is best to do with it. Even if we think it's the coolest thing in the world, we cannot keep everything by any stretch of the imagination. But these are the old granny blankets that if you got one of these from your granny, this is probably your favorite blanket in the world. Do you guys remember watching Saturday morning cartoons under these Afghans that Grandma made for you? I do. Mine was light blue and white.
Hours and hours of handcraft.
Hours and hours and hours of artwork. Mine was light blue and white, and that was my granny Afghan that I would watch Saturday morning cartoons, and you know, you'd even eat breakfast. You'd have your bowl of cereal and your milk right there at the TV watching cartoons.
This one we found in the plastic just like this.
You'd be in your tighty whities under your grandma Afghan blanket watching Saturday morning art
plastic as well,
cartoons.
Like
so much fun. Right. So much fun. Okay. So Jennifer, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna send your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, and let George know it's the Afghan lot. And then let her know as well it's 101. She has it written down, but it's just easier if it's all documented. All right, next lot is...
So this is going up for sale for the third time because every time someone's bought they've donated the money to Christmas in the Creek. And they say put it back up for sale, and then we just keep the giving going.
Okay, so this is sold twice. Each person who bought it these two times has said, hey, put that money towards Christmas in the Creek 2024. Christmas in the Creek, we want more. And it's going back up for auction again. Keep in mind, it's $97 with free shipping. And keep in mind, there's a bunch of them. Don't just jump in until you know what it is, okay? And Flippin' Adventures, if she said go, 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 which she did, $97, you are good to go. All right, you might be figuring it out already. Yes, reusable bags. Reusable, and there are a ton.
There's a huge tote filled with them.
Huge tote of them, a ton of them. Yes, somebody just said bag lot. Yes, it is a huge reusable bag lot. Yep, 97 is the claim to fame on this lot. It is sold twice already. And both of those individuals said, you know what, just put it back up for auction, use the money for Christmas in the Creek. And at some point, George probably does want somebody to actually use these bags. So Dee Dee says, yeah, we collect them too.
They're too small to use for actual Christmas in the Creek. So we'll just put the money towards Christmas in the Creek. Because you could only fit like one gift in a bag this
Larry
small.
says, bag lot, LOL. That's an ex-wife joke for me. I get it. That's funny. That's funny. 97 is the claim to fame on this reusable bag lot, and there are a bunch of them. Access to justice, huh? Well, that's something we don't have in Levy County. But we go on to Citibank work, other ones. 97 is the, Mike says, Jeremy, are you in Florida? Yes, we are in the schoolhouse in Florida. 97 is the claim to fame on this bag lot. Now that's a cool one right there.
It has like a
Linda Everson just came in at 97. Linda Everson on the coolest one ever. Linda Everson just came in at 97. Linda, we just need to know, do you want to be surprised? Or now everybody's coming in after they solve that one. Or do you want to see every single one in here? Linda. Listen, Linda.
Listen, do you want to be surprised or do you want to...
All right, let's see what Linda says. We're going to see what Linda says here in the chat. Does she want to be surprised? And she says, surprise me.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Linda. Okay, Linda, just a reminder, you're going to send George your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame in 97. Tell her it's the bag lot. The bag lot. Reusable bag lot. I'm not sure why she has to correct me on that when there's no other type of bag lot.
Because I have purses and totes coming up.
Well, you just gave that away. No surprise on the next one there, guys.
Well, you surprised Randy's tie, so.
Oh, I guess we do have another auction. You're number 12.
No, I just need to put a price.
Oh, she just needs to price it.
it.
Okay. So, next claim to fame is $110. $110. Okay. Dawn says the official bag lady lot. $110. George is going to start showing because Flippin' Adventures already said go, go, go. Este Lata.
I believe all of these bags came from the same unit, the New York unit.
Oh, that's right, the rich New Yorker. Yep. I remember. There was a ton in there. Yep, I do remember that unit.
This is probably like a laptop bag. Yeah, this is a laptop bag.
$110 for Georgia's calling this the purses and totes. Gigi Grandma Gale just came in at 110. Gigi Grandma Gale, do you want to be surprised? Gigi Grandma Gale. Not to be confused with Brian's Grandma Gale and our adopted grandma. So, Grandma Gale has adopted us as well, and that's okay because we could never, ever, ever have enough adopted grandmas. It's okay to have adopted grandmas and aunties and uncles and the whole deal. Grandma Gale says surprise me.
Okay.
All right, Grandma Gale, I already know you know what to do, but you're going to send your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame at 110, and it's going to be the purses and totes. And it's a giant tote, and George already pushed it aside, or I put it in the camera. But Gigi Grandma Gale already knows it's going to be a big tote. All right. There is going to be some winners of some prizes tonight, but before that, we've got one more claim to fame. This claim to fame is $99. $99. Okay? $99. $99 of... Once Flippin' Adventure says go, go. $99 of DVDs. $99 of DVDs.
There's 100 movies just in this set alone.
I said 99, not 100. You take one down, you turn it around. $99 of DVDs. Mrs. Hill just came in at 99.
Woo!
Miss Hill just claimed it. Boy, I bet that one's good. I bet that one. There's two great ones right there. Oh, my goodness. All right, Miss Hill. Mrs. Hill, you are the wiener. Miss Hill, you just got an entire box of DVDs. DVD. The entire box is coming to you. Do you want to be surprised? She says show some. Go ahead and show a few. And George is going to show a few here. I'm going to go ahead and give full screen. So George has got a couple. Oh, is this all horror?
No.
Okay, it's not all horror. Not with Beatles in there. It couldn't be all horror. Oh my goodness, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Grease lightning.
Go green lightning, bum bum bum. Boom, 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 boom.
Austin Powers.
Yeah, baby.
2 of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Nettie B says, "Can I get a picture of Pepper, please?"
Holla.
You might get. Oh, that was a good video or a good movie.
Premonition?
Yeah, that was a good one.
I don't remember if
I loved it. I loved
look,
it.
how appropriate. The
bounty hunter. All right, we showed some of them. And what you're gonna do, Mrs. Hill, is you're gonna send your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame amount of $99, and tell George it's the DVD lot right there with hales@yahoo.com. Just a reminder that I already have different prizes.
Do you?
Yeah.
Right.
See you can give one of those what you were gonna do as well, but it's down there somewhere. It's a little tote and the $1. You can add it with your stuff. Do which one you want.
4 lucky winners.
No, you can double it up for your 2. One gets one gets the other.
Okay.
All right. Oh man, I was just showing them on accident. George and I weren't on the same page. Whoops. Now I just knocked myself out of there. All right, here we go. There we go. All right, we got some lucky winners here tonight. No, I did not figure out the question. Deanna sent the questions, but I haven't figured it out yet. But that's all right. All right, we've got lucky winners tonight. Now, if you saw Saturday's video, we found our first $1 in that unit. And it is, for some reason, taped up like a triangle. Now, you also saw a huge mini tote of toenail and nail clippers that Deanna did not take to trim her toenails. So, you know what that means. We're giving it away as a freebie. But not only with that, each of those prizes will come with also a Disney pin. Certificate, the COA, authenticity right there, Disney. So we have this one here. And then we have this one, The Good Dinosaur. And we have Coco right there. All right? So you're going to get a pin and the $1, or you're going to get a pin and...
Did Deanna use them when we weren't looking and put them back, you think?
I think she did, probably, but that's just me. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so questions for tonight. Oh, my goodness. All right, Deanna did send a picture.
That's Baby Adventures.
So this is Baby Adventures with the biggest smile in the world.
He's watching with the Hales.
He has the biggest, he is always, always, always happy. Always happy. Like, I promise he has never cried in his life that I am aware of. Although they attempt to tell us that he has, but I don't believe any of it. Okay. Oh, now, your Pepper.
Look at the mohawk.
Oh, come on. How do I get the... There's Pepper.
Look at the little tongue in the mohawk.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If these two get married...
That's like cuteness overload.
Too much!
Cuteness overload.
Too much. The world is not ready for that level of cuteness. I just... Be prepared. Be prepared. Like, oh my goodness. The world is not ready for all of that.
You guys asked for it, and you got it.
Deanna got me off track. Deanna, I am supposed to be coming up with a question, and you got me showing baby pictures. Okay, let me see here. Oh, that's a good one.
So if you're the first one to answer the trivia question correctly, you have first choice on either the clippers, the toenail clippers, and then which Disney pin you want. And then if you're second, either way, if you're first or second, let me know what your first choice is.
All right.
And hopefully I can accommodate.
We're going to go for an easy one
tonight.
We're going to go for an easy one tonight. I think most What the Hales fans know this one, but we did finally get away from Otter Creek, and it was fun. We went and bought a storage unit in Orlando. It was a big one, and there wasn't as many totes that we were hoping for, or boxes. There was a lot of big furniture,
Yes.
And Deanna, I have almost the entire trailer done. Just the front corner is done. So, but in that unit, we found a jewelry box, PS3, and a shib all in one box. The question is this: what's a shib? What's a shib?
Thank you, Glenn. Ooh. Look at all these answers coming through. People know what ship means. Again, make sure you are in live chat and not top chat. This is super important because it may look like you were the first one to answer in the live chat when really in reality you weren't, based on what I could see on my end. I do have my 2 winners. Let me write it down before I lose it. Got my first winner, wrote it down. Now I'm got my second winner. So for the first person to answer the trivia question correctly that I could see on my end with the answer flip-flop is Valhalla waits.
Nice.
Is he gonna do the Lego competition with you? Lego Live?
I think we're on the Lego Live.
Okay.
We are actually scheduled for the Lego Live.
I hope I'm pronouncing your first name correctly, Valhalla. Let me know what your first choice is. Do you want the dollar triangle or the random toenail clippers? So you can wear flip-flops with summer coming in place. And then what your first choice is, either the dino or the boy, Coco. And then the second person to answer the trivia question correctly with flip-flops is just Lori. No last name, just Lori. Congratulations.
You'll be surprised on what COA Disney pin you get with each of those.
Please email me at whatthehales@yahoo.com. Let me know that you are the winner of tonight's trivia question. Please include your full name, your mailing address, and then Valhalla, let me know what your first choice is.
I said if you love Mark Feather, type MF letters. If you love Mark Feather, type MF letters.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you had fun with us this evening.
If you love Mark Feather, oh man, you better. If you love Mark Feather, type the MF letters.
Thank you to all of our moderators and everyone that became a member this evening. Everyone that upgraded your memberships, everyone that gifted memberships, we appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that sent a super chat donation. So everyone that sent a super sticker, we appreciate you.
If you love LawTube, all I can think of that rhymes
LawTube
is
and
boob.
Storage Wars videos unite.
The only rhyme I came up with was boob.
Why not goob?
If you love LawTube, well, if you don't, you're a boob. If you love LawTube, well, if you don't, you're a boob. If you love LawTube, even if you're a noob. If you love LawTube. Hey, let's face it, we all love boobs.
Thank you to everyone that sent fan mail. We promise we'll get to those next week. And did I forget any other thank yous? I think I hit them all.
I don't know, but we might have lost our 700,000 subscribers on that last line. So
I apologize on behalf of Jeremy.
I thought it was a good throwback to what we were talking about with the fake Instagram thing, so.
All right, say good night, Jeremy.
Good night, Jeremy.
Love you guys. Good night.